Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, so welcome back to the Abomination Vault. Ruins of Gauntlight. For those of you who are new to the stream or YouTube, welcome. It's good to have you. For everyone else, welcome back. I'm your DM, Steve, and I'm joined by fellow D&D veterans Rick, Mike, Richard, and Nina as we go on a journey to crit fumble our way through learning Pathfinder. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. By the perk that keeps me alive.
Luckily,
we don't have those yet.
We're not actually using crit fumble rules either, because those are quite interesting. Anyways, before we begin, I wanted to give a quick shout out, as we do, to our YouTube comments. For the second time in a row, guys, we didn't get a bunch of comments calling out all the mistakes we made last week.
I mean, we're basically gods at this point.
Great job,
Right?
Steve. Great job.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, that's on you guys. That's on us as a collective whole. So that's really cool. There was, I will say, there is one instance where David Sims reminded us that bleed damage, like happened on Mushi from the blood over the lighthouse. It doesn't get removed unless the creature is healed to full. But that was more me making a mistake. I didn't realize that Mushi didn't get healed to full from the lay on hands. I thought the lay on hands took it to full. So technically Mushi should have been bleeding a little while longer, but it wouldn't have been an issue because you guys were all there to tend. So that was just a small minor thing. Not so much not knowing the rules, just, reading the situation wrong, which happens. And also a reminder that persistent damage is actually rolled at the end of your turn. Because when I made the attack, it showed the persistent damage, and I said, what's that 2 damage? I said, oh, that's persistent damage. That's what's going to apply at the end of the turn, right? Well, in this case, you don't actually roll it till the end of the turn because you don't know how much is coming, right? It's just, it's like an edge case. I just rolled with the damage we saw because it would have been rolled, so whatever. And then also, it's rolled every turn, so it's not like 2 persistent damage every turn. It's just a D4 every turn, right? So that was the only minor thing. It wasn't really something we did wrong, just a good reminder of how the rules work. So good job to us, guys. We're getting there. As far as our comment of the week, this week it's going to a new subscriber, Jake Hall, who said, and I quote, "So I only watch on YouTube, but I've been wanting to run Pathfinder 2nd Edition because I love Pathfinder, and y'all's video is doing a lot to convince me to get Foundry and run Abomination Vaults for my friends. Keep it up, y'all."
Shout out to Atropos. Go Foundry.
Yeah. And so all I got to say is definitely do that, Jake. And as some cross promotion here, make sure to check out my DM prep streams for the Abomination Vaults, which are premiered this last Sunday on Twitch and YouTube. Episode 2 will be recording this Sunday.
Watch it, you guys, and let us.
Are you inviting us?
How he's going to kill us?
No, I saw not Mukta in the chat last week.
But, yeah,
I let it.
The name's still pretty self-explanatory, right? It obviously was not me.
It was Jake Hall pretending to be not Mukta. Yeah, just let me know it wasn't Mukta. So yeah, Jake, check out that stream, and if you're going to be running it, it's a good entry level into that. Also, shout outs to some of the people that commented on our video this week: Melody, Engel, Amir, Ryan, Chad. All your comments are great. It's that sort of interaction that fuels me and it keeps me wanting to make this content flow. And if you want to shout out like any of these fans, just make sure to check us out on YouTube. Comment your thoughts, clarifications, suggestions, or praise. My favorite. On the comment section down below or right here on Twitch chat. Oh, that actually reminds me. We hit 50 followers on Twitch from the time we stopped streaming last week to this episode.
Let's go.
Congratulations, you guys. Thank you to the fans. You guys are awesome. That's a big step towards us being able to do more interaction with our fans. To kick it off, by hitting that milestone, we can now give VIP badges to our biggest fans in chat.
Let's go.
What I've already seeded.
I've already seeded the list, the chat, the VIP list. We can have up to 10 at this level. With the 2 that we consistently see in our chat on stream every Sunday that tunes in. So that is Walt Heisenberg and iBiologist, because I see you guys in here every Sunday chatting with us. So you guys should both recognize that you have VIP badges ready to go in chat that identifies you as that. So thank you guys. Big shout out to you guys for helping us hit that goal.
Nice. Thank you.
Yep.
So does that also mean there's a tailor coming?
It does, as a matter of fact. So that means we're going to be pulling the winner of the NPC contest that we mentioned last week from the YouTube comments on this video right here, episode 11. So I will make a comment when this video goes live on YouTube that says NPC contest, enter here, and I'll give like some feedback about what stuff you should post. And all you need to do, reply to that comment with your character's idea. It can be based off you, your character, some crazy idea you had, anything your imagination wants to come up with. Just get creative, give us a name, ancestry, personality traits, looks, behaviors, etc., etc. I'll put all of the entries that people comment into a drawing on a big wheel, and we'll spin it and choose a winner live on stream next week. And that will be the new Taylor and Otari. Yeah, it'll be really cool. So big thanks again to all of our fans for helping us get this far in our journey. And more to come. So last thing before we jump into actually playing, because we left off on a pretty sizable cliffhanger last week, right? Harmony. Tonight, you're going to be starting off with an extra hero point.
Ooh.
Nice.
I wanted to reward you for like knowing that you were putting your character in danger, into that dangerous situation and going through with it, because Hal wouldn't have known that there was this dragon in the water, but like you, and you still, did it. You still slid down the rope, left it up to chance, even though it failed spectacularly. I just wanted to sort of highlight that, and it wouldn't have made sense to give you the hero point at the end of the session, so I'm giving it to you at the beginning of this one.
Thank you.
Steve was really saying you have one free death.
Yep.
Yeah.
One for initiative and one for my death save.
One for the death save. There you go. But yeah, I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else specific you guys want to call out?
You're doing a great job, Steve. You're doing a great job. I really appreciate the amazing job you're doing. You're like the best GM ever.
Wow. That's high praise.
No, he was telling me that even last week before we even got to this fight.
Okay.
Yep, and just for the fans out there, just to tell you how big of a DM Steve is, it is his 14th anniversary today.
Oh,
that's a good point.
Happy anniversary, Steve.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yay, happy anniversary.
And he is GMing this game. So what does that say? It could mean a couple different things, but we're going to go with the positive.
Last anniversary?
Yep, his wife's busy.
Listen, normally we'd be out having like a nice steak dinner somewhere, but like this year, all we did was order Japanese food in and had a little dinner. That's why we started a little late tonight. So,
we'll tell Monique from us. Thank you very much for giving you up tonight.
Yeah. Congratulations, buddy.
I will let her know. All right, now that we've wrapped all of that up, let's go ahead and jump into episode 11 of Abomination Vault's Ruins of Gauntlight. See you guys after the intro.
The lumber town of Otari, with its storied past and a fair share of sinister secrets, has been fairly quiet in recent decades. Over the 400 years since its inception, the surrounding area has been the launching pad for many famous adventurers, and as a result, most of the ancient ruins have been fully explored, much of their mysteries already solved. But when the mysterious Gauntlight, an eerie landlocked lighthouse, begins to glow with a baleful light, the people of Otari suspect it's an ominous prelude to sinister events. The call goes out for a new band of heroes to save the day. Those heroes are Mukta.
One's path in life may shift like the sands. You have to adapt or be buried.
Harmony Higgins.
Can I play something for you?
New Lara.
Hey, I know that it's scary, but you have to get up. Okay? Take my hand. Ugh, very good. Let's go.
Clovis.
Nature is not to be put in order. Nature is order. It is for us to put ourselves in unison with this order.
The time has come to enter the Abomination Vaults, Ruins of Gauntlight.
All right, we're back from break. When we last left off, Hal, sliding down the rope and pulley system, slipped, used that inspiration to dig in deep, try to grab. You can see it here. It was a 1 followed by a 4. It didn't prove that much. Slipped and fell as the drake in the water leapt up out of the swamp to get you, missed. You splashed into the water next to it, and we stopped the session because we are going into initiative. So, to clarify,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, to clarify real quick, right? We have I want to clarify what everyone's doing as far as the exploration phase leading into this one. So, Mookta, I remember you like ran and hid, right?
Yep.
So I'm guessing you are using that that what is it called, like move stealthily or something to start combat with stealth roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, avoid notice. Yep.
And then Nulara, you had kind of went down and you turned around and you're watching this happen, but what sort of activity are you taking? Are you doing like raise a shield? Are you doing scouting? Like, I can see different arguments, so I wanted to clarify. A, what activity you're doing, and B, like, what are you currently holding in your hands and such?
I was scouting, and I'm not holding anything in my hand right now.
So you got your shield strapped in, but your hands free?
Yeah, because I came in I landed right before Hal, like fell into the water.
I mean, there was a little because Hal kind of delayed coming, right? Like he was a little hesitant, so there was enough time for you to kind of get something ready to go. So,
and I did say let's get ready because I noticed something in the water.
Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
So there would have been time to prep. So that's why I'm giving you whatever you want to have ready. You let me know now, and it can be arranged.
Full disclosure: if Mookta had said out loud something was in the water, Hal wouldn't have jumped, but he whispered it to the other guys. So he's like,
right,
"Oh,
yeah,
it's
I
no
don't.
big deal.
Well, I also wasn't trying to shout either because I didn't want it to.
Yeah,
I didn't know
true.
if it had noticed us or not. So
I was waiting for that because had you yelled it at him, I would have had it emerge in that moment, right? So that's why
I was hoping that we could get over it and up these stairs before it even came out.
Right.
All right.
So, Nulara, what do you hold? You still want to go with the empty hand and the shield, or do you want to have your weapon ready?
No, empty hand. Yeah.
Perfect. And you were scouting, so I want to get a +1 to initiative. Mm-hmm. And then Clovis.
Defend. So once he said there's something in the water, I'm sitting by the crack there, and now I'm defending.
You got your shield raised? Okay.
Yep. Not yet, but I will.
Right, yeah. Well, that just means you start combat with your shield raised if you're using that action. Okay. Well, we are in initiative, so go ahead and give me your initiative rolls, everybody. You're going to get a +1 from Nulara's bonus. Mookta, go ahead and use stealth.
And I just realized my stealth and perception are the same, so...
The only thing that makes a difference is you have some of the special features, right? When you start off in stealth.
Oh, yeah. If I go before them, they're flat-footed.
Is that what it is if you go before them?
Yeah.
I can't see my characters again.
So
I forgot to click on it when I rolled my initiative.
Oops,
you can't see your characters?
No. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
I can see...
I forgot to toggle on combat.
Laura, I can see Larmity, and I can see Mookta, but I can't see my guys.
I wonder if that's because you're in the dark. I would think it would let you see your own token, though. No.
No, I'm not seeing it.
All right. Well, I'll combat your thing. So what was your initiative roll for?
It was 13.
13.
Steve, I rolled a 26, but I forgot to toggle combat on as well.
Perfect. I can just set it.
All right.
So you got a 26.
Yep.
And 13 for Clovis.
Correct.
Okay, and then I'll roll for the Drake. 16.5, which means, let's see. I don't think the bonus will make a difference because everyone rolled higher than it except for Clovis.
Let me just refresh this in case, because I get the orange box, but I don't see my character.
Oh yeah, maybe just try refreshing. I saw you moved.
Yeah, because I can see my gold box, right? So I just kind of
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was it.
So that fixed it?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Let's begin combat. All right. First up. Oh, I remember you had mentioned offhand that like you let your lights blink out, Hal, but is that actually true, or are they still going?
I thought guidance was a concentration.
Okay.
But I looked it up and it's not.
Okay.
It's just until the start of your next turn or at the end of your next turn, whatever it is, your next roll. So that was more
perfect
role play. So they don't blink out.
They don't. That's good. So I just want to know. I didn't want to delete them until I was sure and double check with you. So the lights are still going, which helps light it up for people who have trouble seeing in the dark. Mukta.
So I'm trying to find the range on a short bow.
Okay, let's check your sheet because it should say on inventory it's a short bow, right?
Yeah.
So it says it doesn't actually say on there, does it?
No, that's why. And it doesn't say on my actions either.
Right. It says weapon range. If I dig down into the short bow description, it says weapon range 60 feet.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So I think it's 60-foot increments, so up to 60 feet with no penalty.
Okay. So I
yeah, the range is 60 feet.
So am I able to use my quick draw with the bow as well?
Is there any reason to think you can't? Is there?
You draw your weapon and attack with the same motion?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't say. So I will quickly pull out my bow and fire against the emerging drake as soon as I see it emerge and Hal fall.
Yeah, it like Hal splashed in, it jumped up, missed Hal, and you can just see this big. I keep saying big, right? It's slightly bigger than Hal. It's a medium-sized creature, but it's deadly all the same.
Big to Mukta.
It's big to Mukta, that is true. And yeah, you don't have dark vision.
No.
Do you have low light vision? You have low light vision. Okay. Yeah,
yes.
so in the dim light, your low light vision just becomes bright and you can see perfectly fine. Okay.
So I pull my bow, and with my first action, I attack.
And you're acting before it in initiative.
Yes, it's flat-footed and martial. I have martial aura on. Does that do anything?
It gives you a bonus on fear effects.
I'll just leave it on for now. All right, let's do this.
Nice.
21. That is a hit.
Nice.
All right.
It's flat-footed, so you get to roll that sneak attack damage.
Oof.
7.
7 points. Yep.
All right. Freznelkesh the Drake takes 7 damage.
It's weird. It's not putting my arrows down. Oh well, I'll do it manually. Second action, I will take the attack with the penalty.
Okay.
So that's a minus.
-5 to the roll. If you can have it roll the.
Yeah, I'm adding it.
I think usually when you do the strike, there's like one that says like -5 built in, depending on how you roll it.
Oh, okay.
Like, are you rolling it? Yeah. That's a critical miss. Nothing happens on the critical, but your second. I think what happens is like you go to fire a second one really fast, and just like you have trouble like notching it, and it just like falls out of your bow like really short. Like it lands in the water between you and the drake.
Okay. Third action, I'll take another attack.
All right, you're going for it.
Yep.
Minus 10 on this one.
Yeah,
right.
I figured out where to click it now.
Perfect. So. Yeah, it's not agile, so it's not -8, it's -10. Again, like you notch it. This time it shoots way over the top and hits the back of the cave.
Had to go for it.
Yeah, you had to.
That is my turn. Run, Hal! Or swim! Swim!
Alright, new Lara.
Okay. In my head, I'm telling myself, this is the second time it's happening. So I'm gonna look at this swamp dragon with disdain and try to intimidate it.
Okay. So that you're making a roll against its will save DC. Its will is it's a 17 is your target.
Oh, that's unfortunate. 16.
You're one off.
Yeah. For my second action, I'm gonna pull out a grappling hook from my backpack.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the one rules clarification, right? If it's in your backpack, you can't get to it.
I can't get to it?
You'd have to you got to use an action to take your backpack off your back, and then you can get it out. Okay, so you can only access stuff that's in your belt pouches and stuff, but you can't access stuff that's in your backpack because your backpack's a separate container on your back that you can't get to easily. That's why it gives you benefits for carrying stuff and reducing the weight, but it's harder to get to in mid combat.
It's on my belt pouch. I'm looking at my inventory right now.
Perfect. If it's on your belt pouch, then you're good to go. Yeah, because it can hold. Yeah, I can see it. Right. It's in your belt pouch, which is not in your backpack, so you can get to it. I was gonna say the other thing is you could have taken your backpack off in the few seconds of time before combat started, but in this case it doesn't matter because you have it in a belt pouch. So you get the grappling hook out.
Okay. All right. Let me know what you want me to roll with this. But I'm gonna try and throw it at Hal.
The downside here too is that the grappling hook's not it's not attached to a rope. Your ropes. I see your ropes in your backpack and your grappling hook's in your pouch, right?
You have to attach it still.
Well, you could throw the grappling hook at Hal, but it's just gonna splash in the water, right? Let's retroactively say you knew this and you wanted to have it ready to go, and so you tied the rope to the grappling hook ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Also, we used the grappling hook to climb before.
So it had the rope attached to it still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we first met you, Mukta and Clovis.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because you've used it before. But the rope doesn't fit in your belt pouch. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a light bulk. You already have 4 light bulk.
It's not like a combo.
It's not. But in this case, I'm willing to hand wave all that. You've got the rope. I imagine you got the rope tied to your belt, and then it goes into your pouch with the grappling hook, and you pull it out so it's not going to stab anyone, and it's ready to go.
Just wrap it around her waist. It's kind of like a belt. It's accessorizing her outfit.
Perfect.
That makes me more worried, Steve. Merciful GM, we're definitely going to TPK.
Definitely. He's like, he's going to kill him in one shot.
No, I want to make sure we know the rules specifically of how object interaction with backpacks and stuff go, but I also don't want to screw you guys over because you didn't know ahead of time, right?
Nah, just messing with it.
I know. I'm just saying.
Now we know, though. Now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
That donation worked perfectly.
All right.
So you interact to pull the grappling hook out. It's tied to your rope. It's ready to go.
That's my second action, and then I'll say, Hal, try to catch the rope, and then I will throw it at Hal.
Okay. So if you read grappling hook, right? There's rules for how grappling hooks work. It says, make an attack roll
with my strength modifier.
Yeah, you just make an attack roll with the grappling hook. So it looks like you're just gonna do. Let's see, grappling hook tied. It doesn't say if you're trained in it or not, but since you're expert in all weaponry, I'm gonna let you go ahead and add your proficiency bonus to this. So just pick any sort of weapon you have on you and make that roll with that, or just roll a d20. It says make an attack roll with a secret trait against the DC, but you're not really trying to go for a ledge, you're going for Hal. So the DC, you're not throwing it up a ledge and trying to hook it on something, you're just trying to get to Hal. So I'm going to say the DC to make this go right at Hal is...
Or at least close to him.
Right. Somewhere close. It's going to start sinking right away is the thing. Oh my god!
It's a natural 20! Grab it, Hal!
So with a natural 20...
Think into him.
You're on fire!
It flies out perfectly, and Hal reaches up and gets it strapped right on him. Maybe it grabs his backpack. Maybe he gets in his hand. I'll let Hal decide. But it's exactly how you pictured it going in your head, Nulara.
Yeah, he can wrap around it. He can use it. I'm just anchoring the rope so he can pull himself out, not have to swim as much.
Okay, so it kind of gives him something instead of swimming as a current, he's just kind of pulling along the rope. Makes it easier for him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
That was all 3 actions for you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Not bad, not bad. Hal, you're anchored to Nulara with a rope stretched from her to you on the banks of the shore. This, creature is right next to you, like kind of like you can see it's rearing up. It's ready to like lash onto you. It's got a tail flash, like whipping around. It's got heavy jaws. What would you like to do?
I would like to kind of duck dive into the water and then swim/pull myself along the rope to get to the shore.
So you're doing almost like, it's like not quite a swim. I think I'm going to like lower the DC from even 10 to 5 on this one, but you're still going to need to make an athletics check. But you're specifically wanting to go like you said, you're going under the water, right?
Yeah, I see this giant thing next to me rearing up to bite my head off, and I'm like, oh no. So he forgets his hatred of the murky, muddy swamp water, and he dives really quickly and tries to shimmy along the rope.
Okay, give me that athletics check. The DC on this is 5. With the rope and Nulara anchoring it, and it lowers the DC from 10 to 5 based on all this situation that you guys have done.
Nice.
Very nice, very nice. So here's what happens. You dive under and you start pulling yourself on the rope, kind of like swim pulling towards Nulara, and Nulara's like anchoring it and giving you like a hefty thing. You're able to move your full, with the 12, you're able to move basically your full movement. Let's see. I'm gonna give you a bonus to the speed. So I'm gonna say instead of 10 feet, you can move 15 feet, which is enough to get you up and out of the water in one go. Okay, perfect. But I will say this: when you do this, the Drake is going to use a reaction it has.
Okay.
So, the Drake has this reaction that says Tail Lash. Anytime anyone uses an action to strike or attempt a skill check near it, it can use an attack to hit with its tail. Okay?
Am I already underwater?
You are. So you are underwater and he's trying to hit you with his tail, which means it's going to reduce the impact of the bludgeoning damage if it even hits you in the first place.
Bob and weave, Bob and weave.
21.
Plus 12. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That'll hit me, but it says if you go underwater on the swimming, there's some penalty.
Yeah, he's going to have it's a -2 penalty. Yeah, I guess it is. It's not to the damage. I thought it was a damage roll, but you're right, it's the attack roll. So it turns the 21 into a 19, but you're also flat-footed, so it takes it back up to 21 in the offset.
Yep.
So it hits, but it's not a crit or anything, right?
Correct.
Okay. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It also gives you a -2 to the penalty on your pulling move, but I said the DC was 5, so it takes the 12 to a 10. You're still fine.
Okay. I'll move.
So you can go ahead and move the 15 feet to get up onto that. You're in that square, which means you're up on that ledge in one action.
I would like to continue moving.
Sure.
I'll move past Nulara and continue up the stairs.
Okay.
And I'll I'll cast shield on myself.
Okay. Not bad. See, you got
actually,
out of that relatively safe.
Actually, I won't cast shield. I'll use sustain.
Oh, to keep the
on
lights
the
up?
light.
Smart.
Yes.
I like it. Good call.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Let me end my...
All right. So up next we have Freznelkesh the Drake, who watches as its meal slips away out of the thing past Nulara. Nulara's sitting there giving like the mean look at it and failed, right? But tried. You still kind of got this like grappling hook sort of like anchored. It's like you're sitting there and it locks in on you, right? Because it can't really get anywhere else. So you watch as it uses one of its move actions to stride 15 feet towards you.
Okay.
Swimming through the water like relatively fast. And then it kind of like comes up so that it's like right on the surface of the water and like puts its head up so it's towering like over the top of you just a little bit. And it's going to use a Fang strike to try to bite you.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a natural 20.
What's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna explode.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout outs to Rick for adding that special effect to our thing. I forgot I said it on my D20s, but.
Thank you very much.
So that's a crit.
Yes,
So let's see how much damage you take from the bite. 32 points of
Bro.
I'm
damage.
still up.
Whoa, you're still up?
I'm still up.
Wow. I'd be
That's-
down dead.
All right, I can apply that damage to your token, to your thing in one click. There we go. You are still up. All right, 32 hit points. That's intense hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess it can't really. Yeah, it's going to use its tail strike. So it bites you, and then while it's doing that, it kind of like goes back into the water, dives for just a second, and then the tail flips up out of the water and lashes at you. So it's going to make a tail strike with a penalty. 24.
Hits.
All right.
Jesus.
So 10 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm
Can-
unconscious.
Can you use hero points to affect the other creatures' rolls?
I don't
Like-
believe so. I don't believe
Okay.
so. I'm double checking the rules. You can spend 1 hero point for a reroll, or you can spend all your hero points to recover when near death. So it doesn't seem like it,
Okay.
unfortunately. So bite, tail, Nulara goes down unconscious. But that's all 3 actions.
Worth it. The miner is out.
Clovis.
Holy crap. So she was 5, 10,
Save her!
8. All right, so I'm gonna cast Heal at 2 actions,
Okay.
so it's a range of 30 feet.
Okay. And you're casting it on Nulara?
Yes.
Oh, let's not forget this, right? You go unconscious, so your initiative moves to right before the dragon.
Oh, that's right. Gotta remember that.
So you move 1 spot back in initiative.
Oh, you suck.
So it's out. So, but you did the 2 action one, so it turns from 2 to 10. So
Nice.
10 healing to Nulara. You're no longer. You go to dying, wounded 1, but you're no longer dying. So go ahead and take off all those status effects. So you still have 1 more action, Clovis.
Yep, I'm gonna start moving over by Hal to the door.
Where do you go?
Oh, we had lights.
Do you think we should go through the crack behind you, Clovis?
That's
It
where I
might-
originally go, but I can't. Like before when we were in here, I could see. Now I can't see crap.
So
From
Nulara
left-
should
from
be
left.
glowing. Nulara should be glowing a little bit, and then the lights that Hal has dancing out in the water.
But I mean, when we ended last time, I saw the crack. I was down here, and it was like, oh, that's why I positioned close to the crack. But now, like, I don't see the crack. So
the crack should be just
assuming
south of you. Like you can't see the square right here.
I see that square, but I don't see like all the stuff I saw before.
Oh yeah, well
So
the lights, the angle of the lights that are out right now are not lighting up that crack, so you can't see.
all right, so
beyond
I'm
that
filling
crack.
the wall. I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
So you want to go up the crack?
Yep.
Okay. So you can move like 1 more square in the dark. So I'll move you down 1 more square, and then from there to go further, it's like super tight on you. So that would require the squeeze action, which is an action that you can take on like your next turn.
Yeah, I have no actions. Okay, and then just for clarification of the rules, automatically my shield goes down, right?
Yes, your
my
shield
turn's over.
lowers at the start of your turn. Your shield lowers.
Yep. Okay, so it stays up now until my turn. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as your turn
and
started, it
then-
would have gone away.
Bushi still has his turn, right? Or do I have to give him an action to move him?
Actually, in this case, I'm looking at the squeeze action. It's more of an exploration activity. And it's for like really, really tight spaces. Like, you know, you can only squeeze like 10 feet for a minute. So in this case, it's not that tight. It's tight squeeze, and like you can feel the rocks basically like squeezing against you, but you can move one square further in if you want, Clovis.
I just don't know if I don't want to bell on everybody if I...
Okay.
No, it's okay. Go.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze. I can always pop back out if nobody comes.
Okay. So I know you can't see, so I'll just move you down one more square. Because you're kind of squeezing through this dark kind of thing. And I will say, as you start moving that way, and you start hearing up ahead that way, a weird, unsettling sort of moan coming from the echoing in the dark ahead of you. There's definitely something up in that darkness.
All right.
Oh, no.
Like you can't see anything, but using your hearing, you hear a weird, unsettling moan ahead of you. It feels, it's not like right around the corner from you. It's off a distance, but it's echoing down this little crack towards you.
Are we gonna get sandwiched?
Oh, sweet. Okay, and then Mushi, I got to remember this. Does he move with me, or does it an action to actually move him?
To control Mushi, it takes an action to control him.
That's what I thought. Okay.
In combat, at least.
In combat. Yep. Okay.
All right, second round of combat, Mukta.
All right. Are we fighting or fleeing?
I don't know. I don't know where
Run.
everyone went.
Run! Run away. You saw what it
went
did to
down,
Laura.
and
You saw what it did to you, Laura.
You did get crit, which is unfortunate.
I'm going to...
Try to hit it for the road.
I'm not fleeing yet, not until everyone's out. I'm going to hide under this boat first.
Okay.
Alright, for my first action.
You're using the cover to sort of hide and break line of sight and try to get sneaky. 19, okay. Ooh, that's a good question. If you... So, you tied its perception. I think that means he sees you. But I'll double check that. I mean, you have no way to know that, right? You think you're hidden.
Well, I just need to know if it's flat, if I'm...
Right, yeah. So it's weird because in D&D, right, it's making a perception check to beat you, but in this game, you're making a check to beat its DC. So because you're making the active check and the perception DC is your goal, I think you meet the check. It's like the opposite of 5th edition. Is the way I'm interpreting the rules. So it is flat-footed. Because it says you make you make a stealth check and you compare it to the perception DC of each creature. And so since you met the goal that you were targeting, I think you're good. That's my ruling. If I'm wrong, let me know on YouTube, guys.
Okay. I will pop up then.
Okay.
And shoot at my short bow.
It's like right now, like, New Laura is like unconscious and like for a second, and like she's coming to consciousness, and you can just see it. Oh my god!
Nice! Oh my god! Mukta.
It's got its mouth like open, right, and it's ready to like bite down on her. And I think your arrow fires and just catches it right in the mouth.
That's a good color.
Roll that damage with the deadly trait.
Yep.
That's the first time we've seen the deadly trait, so that adds on a crit. You add an extra D10 of damage.
Nice.
So 18 points of damage. The arrow shoots up into the back of his mouth, the side of his cheek. It rears back, screaming in anger. It's bloodied.
Nice.
Standing out in the open still.
Yep.
I'm going to try to make myself as tall as possible so I'm easily seen by him and shoot another arrow at him.
Okay, you're just standing out there. Go for it.
Hopefully trying to get his notice.
Yep.
Fail.
13 will miss.
Yeah, I have it targeted so I can actually see on my screen.
Perfect.
Yep, which is cool.
Very nice.
But yeah, that's my turn. Get out of there, Nulara.
Not bad. All right, Hal.
What Are these stairs going up or down?
So yeah, these stairs are going upwards. So
Yep.
you run up and it comes out of the little swampy upwards into like a more structured hallway, and I don't think you can see far, right? You can only see like kind of back towards the battle, but you
Yep.
can feel it's like stonework. It feels very similar to the stonework that you encountered on the first floor of the ruins above you.
Okay.
It goes into a. It feels very manufactured where you're standing and touching the wall.
Okay. I would like to. I want to cast Soothe on Nulara.
Okay.
Cast it. Cast Soothe, people. All right. 13 healing to Nulara.
Nice. Very nice.
Has 2 actions.
Very nice.
My
That's all I need.
my dancing lights will dissipate, and I'll continue feeling along, going up the steps
Okay.
as my last
so-
action.
Yeah. So you're gonna just continue that way, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're able to move like 10 feet down the hallway as you're feeling, and it ends, and you reach out, and there's a door in front of you.
Okay. Can I reach for the door if there's a doorknob?
There is, but it takes an interact action to open a door.
I'll open it as my final action then.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yes. It will.
Unless it's locked.
So
guess.
soothe is only one action.
Soothe is okay. No, it's not. It's 2 actions, and then I move up and I get stuck at the door.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And that means your lights blink out, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So all of the dancing lights that are lighting up the swampy caverns blink out, but Nular is still shining. Technically, Nular's shield is still shining.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that your hit points are right. So you got 13 from Hal, and you got
2 from.
no, you got 10 from. You got 10 because it was D8 plus 8. So add 8 more hit points from Clovis.
Oh, nice.
The roll said 2, but then the spell says roll and then add an extra 8 because he did the 2 action version.
So plus 8?
8 more than when you should. Yeah, 8 more.
Okay. Oh, I'm good then. All right.
Okay. So now, Nulara, your turn. You are prone, looking up. This thing was about to bite you. Mukta put an arrow right in its mouth. You can see it's looking pretty rough, like it's bloodied at least.
Okay, for my first action, I'm gonna grab my shield.
Your shield is already strapped on your arm, so
Oh.
even when you go unconscious, it doesn't fall off because it's like secured.
Okay, nice.
You are
Alright.
prone though, so if you don't stand up, you are
Yeah.
flat-footed.
No, yes, I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
Okay, let me take that now.
So you stand up with your first action.
Stand up with my first action. This bitch has an attack of opportunity. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good. It's an action, even if it's an action to pull out a weapon, right?
It's an action to draw. It's like an interact with an object, yeah. Unless you have the feat like Mukta does, which allows him to draw as part of the attack.
Okay, never mind then. I'm going to raise my shield
Okay.
and then take a step.
Okay.
Oh. It's lagging on me, Steve.
Oh no.
There, I'm gonna take a step right here. I can't see it anymore.
Okay. So you take a step back around the corner, and Mukta, you're watching as you're yelling at this thing, come get me, and then Nulara backs down the hallway, and it just goes into complete pitch black darkness, and you no longer can see it.
Oh, the dancing lights are gone?
Yeah, Hal had to stop sustaining the dancing lights, so they're gone now too.
Okay.
But my light is still giving him at least a 10 feet of visibility, right?
So you can see the way the light's shining, right? It goes to the squares here, but where the Drake is back here.
Yeah, I can see right in front of me, but I can't see the creature.
If you step down one instead of going down the hallway, Nulara, you'd be able to keep him lit. But if you go around the corner like that to break sight with it, then your light's gonna go with you.
Understandable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the end of my
That's your turn?
Mhm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
So let's see. You're concealed from an object. So in pitch black, it's not even like concealed. I guess it would be considered concealed, right? Is this concealed? Is this unseen? I forget how the layers go. Right? Because there's 3 layers, right? There's like unseen, you're aware of it, but you can't see it. So that's... I'm not sure it makes a difference in this case. So here's what happens. You're standing there, Mukta. You're trying to get its attention. Nulara's like backed away. It doesn't get an attack of opportunity for that or anything like that. The River Drake, out of the darkness, you watch, Mukta, as there's like a guttural roaring kind of sound, and a giant globule of like acidic spit flies out of the darkness right at you. So it's going to use its caustic mucus ability, which is going to explode on the corner, or this corner right here, and it does a 10-foot burst. So that means it's going to hit Mukta and Nulara. I think based on the way that the cavern is and the square it's picking, I'm going to let it, like, Mushi's not going to get hit with the splash. So I need Nulara and Mukta to make a reflex save. It's a DC 19 basic reflex save. Ooh.
Hang on.
Critical success.
Damn. Sorry, my thing is really lagging on me right now.
That's fine.
Okay.
Take your time. So, critical success.
Ooh, nope.
Critical success means you take 0 damage, Mukta. You manage to
Nice.
avoid every bit of this damage coming your way through sheer force of, like, dodging it. Nulara fails, so Nulara's going to take the full acid damage. 18 points of acid.
Okay.
It washes over you. You take that damage, and as you feel, right? I don't think you can like raise. Does your raise shield help you with this at all?
No. It's only
You can't like use it.
rolls.
Okay. So the acid is like washes over you. It gets in your eyes. It gets in your face. It's burning you. You still feel the acid on your skin. You are currently taking persistent damage from the acid.
Ooh, boy.
And you have a 5-foot penalty to your speed
Okay.
until you can get that acid off of you. And then it can't use that again for a certain number of rounds. So let me roll a secret check. Okay. And then for its last action, you hear like it just like the water like disturbs as it you hear like ripples in the water, Mukta, as it seems to have like re-entered the water somewhere else. And that's the end of its turn. Clovis, you're in a dark crevice all by yourself. You hear weird moaning up ahead. Back behind you, you hear like dragon roars and like exploding acid spit.
Yep. So, considering that I'm hearing noises going down there, I am going to use an action and do my shared senses with Mushi. Because I want to see what's going on. Nobody's coming my way, so I want to get a feel of what's going on up there.
Okay. And that's just an action to do, right?
It's one action. Yep.
Okay. So you're in the dark all by yourself. You close your eyes and reopen, and the camera changes, and we're seeing out of Mushi's eyes. So I'll give you vision on Mushi.
Yep. And he's got dark vision, so he should be able to see everything.
So can you see Adamushi now?
Nope. Well, I can't see him to click him, so.
Oh. You have control of him, right?
I do.
Oh, here, hang on.
I just can't see him.
Now can you see?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah,
I gave vision to him. If I move your token here, can you see Mushi?
Yep.
Can
Now
you
I
click
can
him?
click on him.
But when you click on him, do you see vision from him?
Yes.
Okay, so
I
you
do
just,
now.
That's weird that I thought it would give you
But
vision
I
no
couldn't
matter
see
where
him, and I
it
kept
is.
trying
No,
to
yeah.
click. Yeah, no.
So
No,
I wonder.
I have to actually be on him.
That's weird that it doesn't just give that to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so now I see. So I see. Can I see Hal down the hallway?
From where Mushi's at, you see Mukta standing like right in front of you, on like a pile of thing, like looking imposing. You can see the light coming from the hallway and the edge of Nulara with their shield up, eyes burning with acid. You have no idea. You don't see Hal. You don't see the dragon, the Drake, or anything.
But I see her kind of going up the stairs, right?
Yes.
So definitely, they're not coming back. So okay, so I'll go back to my token, and I am going to move 30 feet. And I'm going to be heading up towards Nulara.
Okay, so let's see, 5, 10. Okay, so you have 20 more feet of movement.
Just continue to move towards her. Oh, I guess I can move now, right?
Yeah. So if you move the 2 diagonal squares, you would get right in front of Nulara, and then you'd have, because the diagonals, every other diagonal costs an extra bit of movement, right? So from where you were, this is 10.
Yep.
And then, how do you anchor it? Right click. Wait, maybe it's control. There we go. So you go here. That's 25 feet. You said you have 30 feet of movement, right?
Yep.
So you can't end your square on her. So you can either end out in the open, or you can kind of take cover in this crevice over here. Right. But there's no way.
So that's one action, right? So I can take another stride action and move past her.
That's a good point, because you would have a third action to use. So yes, you could.
Yep. So I will do that. I'll get cover behind her and continue up the stairs.
Yep.
So I'm assuming by then I would see Hal's dancing lights down the hallway, and yep, there he is. So
yep.
yeah, now I'd be moving.
Yeah, you don't see the dancing lights because the dancing lights are gone, but Nulara's shield's lighting up the hallway. So you can see Hal. Yep. He's like fumbling at the doorknob of this door, and there's another door now that's lit up. You can see there's a door right here between you and Hal as well.
All right, so I'll be heading down there.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Perfect. Mukta.
Hey, Harmony.
Let's go.
You can't hit me, you foul serpent. Well, let's get the hell out of here. And I'm going to... 5, 10, 15?
Yeah. So you can't end your turn on a square, but if you wanted to like move up to where Hal is and open the door and keep running, you could. Or you can just end where you are. Or whatever else you had in mind, right?
Which door?
Yeah, there's a door next to Clovis and there's a door next to Hal.
Let's make a deal. What door? Door 1 or door 2?
You guys are in such a rush, you haven't even had a chance to like listen at either door to hear if there's anything on the other side, so it's like completely blind choice.
This door. Let's go.
All right. I go and I run and open.
Okay. You interact. It opens within. It's not locked. It just you fling the door open.
So hold on. That was 5, 10.
You
15.
you enter into this room, right, and you can't see much because there's only a bit of light coming in from the little hallway. But what you do see is some fragments of like shelving and like broken splinters of like old shells that give a sense on like of some sort of pantry, perhaps. And you see the light shines right to another door in front of you, and then there's darkness to the south, and the room continues south.
Right. I'll go here.
Okay.
Spend my third action to. Well, no, I guess my third action would be to move, right?
Yeah, I think you got 25 feet of movement, right? Yeah, so you can get to there. I think you can get to that. They can
move past me, right?
Yes, they can move past you.
I'm going to use my third action to try to use the seek action to try to perceive and listen for any enemies.
Perfect. Make that roll. Let's see.
Nice.
Okay. 21. So you can't see the dragon, right? But you can definitely like hear general sense of where it is, and you're a few corners away from it. But even through all this chaos, your senses hone in, and you can definitely tell it's still like in the water, for now. And then I'll let you know as that changes. But you're currently seeking for it.
Okay, and nothing down the hallways.
Oh, you don't hear from in the room. That's all you hear. You don't hear anything past this door. You don't hear anything to the south. It sounds very quiet in here. So if something's hiding, it's being very quiet about it.
Okay. I don't hear anything. Down this hallway. Let's get in and close the door. That Drake is still in the water. I can hear him moving about.
Yep.
And that'll be my turn.
Yeah, luckily nothing. There doesn't sound like anything's coming from here, though. All right, Hal.
I will move up to. Let me see for sure. Okay, I'll move up to Nulara.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll cast Lay on Hands.
Okay.
Lay on Hands. Should be 6 points of healing.
Okay, 6 points of healing to you, Nular. Go ahead and you can click the healing, and then you can just add it to the token easy like that. There you go, 6 points to Nular.
So that's 1, 2, and then I will move 4, 5.
Okay, yep. You kind of feel, and you can feel to the east of you is like a wall, so you're like right against a wall.
That's my turn.
All right, Nulara.
Clovis, how far do you have to be to control Mushi?
Like 100 feet.
100 feet? Okay. I'm sorry, so I'm gonna run to Clovis, pick him up, and then with him, I'm gonna run inside the door.
So I was actually looking up the rules for this because I was trying to see how easy is it to pick someone up and stuff. So you do have a free hand, which is good. So there are actually rules for like carrying stuff, because if you look at Clovis, right? Clovis is a medium creature, so his bulk is considered 6 plus whatever equipment he's wearing. So Clovis, what's the bulk on your character sheet?
It's on my equipment, right?
Yeah, it says you're
3. Bulk is 3.
So it'd be to carry Clovis, it would be 9 bulk. So how much bulk do you have? Like, what's your?
Encumbered?
Let me see. So you're 7. So 7 would
9.
take you to 9. So it'd take you to 16 bulk, right? Which isn't more. It's enough to encumber you. Well, it says your max bulk is 14. So I don't think you can actually carry everything you're carrying and Clovis. But here's the kicker.
Can I pull him?
Yeah, here's the kicker. There are specific rules for dragging something instead of picking it up. And if you drag something, it's considered half as much weight. So Clovis goes from 9 to 4 bulk, 4.5. So if you grab, you'd have to interact to grab him, right?
Okay.
And then drag him, and you're gonna drag and like move at like basically slower speed, but yes, you could do that. So an object, you have to have a free hand, you interact with him, grab him, and like drag him on your turn.
Okay,
So you'd be able to drag him into that room.
Okay. That's all my 3 actions.
Yes. So go ahead and move into that room and pull Clovis back with you. Or Clovis, you can go ahead and move yourself into the room with Nular.
Wait,
Let's hope it doesn't
Pretty
get its dragon's breath back this turn.
Don't close it until Mushi gets in here, Mokta.
What's that, Nulara?
Don't close
Door
it
on
until...
Mushi?
No, please don't.
Well,
Please don't.
Unless you see the dragon, then close the door.
No, poor Mushi.
All right.
okay, so here's what the dragon does, right? You're the last one at the door, right, Mukta? You got the door closed, you're like, it's the Drake's turn. So the first thing it does is it uses this ability called Speed Surge, which allows it to move up to twice its speed 3 times per day. So it moves.
Oh Lord.
You watch as it moves in one action. It moves to here, and it appears you hear the splash, 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 and then you hear nothing, right? And then a second later, you hear the sopping wet feet on stonework sort of motions as it like rounds the corner. And because it's using the speed surge, it's looking right at you, Mukta. It's roaring angrily, and it continues moving until the square right in front of you. So in one quick burst, not that far, in one quick burst, it closes the distance from where it was and where you are with one action.
Oh boy.
And then it's going to make a bite attack against you. That is a 20.
That hits.
Okay, you take 18 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Okay, that hurts you a lot. And then with the second attack, it does a tail strike. With this, has a 5 penalty on this one. Oh, a natural 1!
Yes, let's go.
So the
Didn't you
tail,
say
it
something had to
goes.
be in the water or something for the tail strike?
No, the tail strike. It had a -2 in the water because it was a bludgeoning attack.
Okay.
But on the land, it doesn't. But here's what happens: it swings around and it tries to bring the giant tail at you, but it just gets stuck on the doorway above you, and the stone shakes and like dust cloud kind of falls on your head, but it's not able to like land on your head. You look up and it would have like crushed you in the head if not for the wall in front of you. But that's all 3 actions. That's the end of its turn. Clovis.
Close the door, Clovis.
Yeah, sorry, Mushi.
Mushi, in here. I'll close the door.
Mushi.
Okay, so it's only 1 action for Mushi, right?
If you use 1
I can do
action, you
this.
can. Yeah, so if you use 1
Yep.
action on your turn, you give Mushi 2 actions.
Yep. He gets 2. Yep. So can you move him 40 feet? Because I can't see him.
Towards you.
Yeah. I'm telling him
Okay.
to fly in here with us.
So that's.
How far
So
does
it's
he get?
5,
40?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. With 40 feet, he flies in. He does a little like swoop maneuver right past the Drake, right over Mukta's head in the open door, and gets into that corner in 40 feet of movement.
Okay, so that's 1 action. I'll stride
And
to the door.
it soars right past the Drake, and it doesn't look like the Drake gets an attack on it.
Okay. And then I'm
But
going
what
to
about the door? I can close the door.
I got it. 3rd action, I'll shut the door.
Because you can't end your turn where I am.
Oh, shit.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he could. What I would do is he can close the door, and either you or him
Alright,
can
I
back
got
into
a-
Moosey's space, right?
Mushi has 2 actions. Can he shut the door?
Yeah. You want Moosey to close the door as he comes through?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. So yeah. So Moosey flaps in, does a little spin move, turns around, slams the door shut, right between Mukta. So the door closes, and then
he's
Mukta,
flying, so
he's
he-
flying right over
he-
your head, Mukta.
I said good day, sir.
And you still have 1 action, Clovis.
Well,
Or
just in
technically,
case
you have 2 actions.
Oh, that's right. I did move. Not much I can do with the door shut.
Not much itch can do with the door shut either, so I think that's a good thing. Let's keep going.
Unless
Yeah.
it knocks it down, it's pretty big.
So I guess I had an action. So I'll come down here
Yeah, you have 2
and
actions.
open. Yep. So that's and then open the door.
Okay. So you move south and open the door. So here's what you see. From Nular's light, it shines down into this next room. And the main thing you see, you can't see a lot of the room yet, but right here, the light shines into what looks like almost like a small shrine of some sort. And there is a dead human body slumped against this shrine with all kinds of little offerings piled around it.
Okay. So that's my 2 actions, right?
Yep. I think that was all. You can continue moving. I don't know if like an interact action, like if you open a door during your move, should it use up your whole move? I'm not entirely sure. It feels wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
So if you want to continue moving the rest of your speed, I'll allow it.
Okay.
So you move 5, 10. Yeah. You are going into the dark because you don't have the dark.
Yeah, I'm
vision,
gonna
right?
stop here just around this little.
Yeah, you're just basically right over the top of this like dead body.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's dead.
Mukta, there's some body in here for you to find some good stuff.
Yeah. Around the body, like there's a body and there's all kinds of little knickknacks placed around it. It looks like a makeshift shrine, but until you get more light, it's gonna be hard to tell.
All right.
All right.
I don't
Top
eat
of
that
round
body. That's Nulara.
Yeah, top of round 4, Mukta.
Yeah, what do I have? Nothing really.
Locks the door.
Is there a lock on this side of the door?
Let me look at the description of the room real quick.
I mean, I don't think it has disposable thumbs. It might have a hard time opening the door. Unless, is it like a,
Or an
a
easy
knob
time.
or like a handle? Because if it's like a handle, I mean, Raptors in Jurassic Park open doors. So.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
We already
they
like
do.
established it had a knob earlier, so it definitely has like a little knob, like not like a handle. There's no lever here, so definitely like
Okay.
a knob kind of thing. And it doesn't, from what you saw with it, it doesn't look like it actually has like actual functional hands as much as it just has like giant wings. It didn't really seem to have like it has a bite attack and a tail attack, but it doesn't have a claw attack or anything. It doesn't have functional claws. In fact, I could probably share a closer picture of what the creature looks like.
I mean, we did get pretty up close and personal with it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It definitely looks more like a sea-based creature.
Can definitely open the door.
It doesn't have hands, that's the thing. There's no
Right.
functional
You just-
digits. But
you
there's
just
nothing to stop
kinda-
it from just breaking it down. It's a pretty old,
Walk through
rotten
it.
wood door.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to
Whether it's
Take
going to
this
continue
side action.
chasing you, you don't know, but it definitely... This door is not solid enough to, like, make sure that you're, like, safe completely, right?
take the second stride action over here, and
right over
can I
the
hold,
dead body shrine.
hold my third action to attack if it comes through the door?
Unfortunately, it takes two
Oh, yeah, it takes
actions
two actions.
to hold an action, yeah.
I will. Is there a dodge or defend action?
I don't know. I know there's raise a shield.
I think there's an action.
I don't think there's like a
Actions.
dodge one or anything.
Quick draw, disable, point out, take cover. No, I don't have cover.
Delay.
You can take cover behind Clovis, and it'd be like raising a shield. You get a +2 to AC. You're small, he's medium, so I'll allow it.
All right, yeah,
As
I'll
long
take
as he
cover.
stays in front of you, you have cover.
All right, I'll take cover behind Clovis.
Perfect. So you get a +2 AC until the start of your next turn. All right, Hal.
Does that door look sturdy? The one that they
No.
just ran through?
It looks about the same. It looks like it's probably was built hundreds of years ago, and it's kind of rotting away. It's not
Why-
like falling apart completely, but it's not like a stone door or a metal door or anything super solid.
I'm gonna say, why did you run down to that room? We can run upstairs.
Well, you're gonna use an interact to open that door? Did someone you already did that, right? No, how did that door get open?
I don't, no
No,
idea.
no one opened that door yet. It should
I don't
be
think
open.
anyone. That door
No, it
is
should be. It was shut when I went in. That's why I went down.
Yeah. So no one's actually technically opened that yet.
I'll open it.
All right, you spend an interact action. You open the door and you look and you see a staircase leading down.
Down?
Down.
Down.
You're splitting the
Go.
party.
Going down.
Okay. I'll move into the room with these guys.
Okay. So you move down. All right.
25.
Yep. You can still, you can feel like you're kind of following that like north wall, and you can feel like east. There's still more like space. You haven't hit the wall yet.
Okay. I'm going to cast shield on myself.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Perfect. New Lara.
Okay, Mushi, this isn't the place to die. So I grab Mushi.
Mushi's
And
small
I-
enough. That's not a problem.
Yeah, and then that's my first action because it's an interact.
Yep.
right?
And interact, and then you can move your full speed, dragging Mushi. He can fly, so you're not even dragging him along the ground. He's just being dragged through there.
Come on, Mushi. And then for my third
Oh,
action,
well,
I'll close
take
the door.
Okay.
Do you guys think we'll be safe here?
I do not know. That door does not look very good.
That depends. How do you all feel about the sanctity of corpses?
I know I live in a cemetery, but I really don't care.
I've got an idea.
Okay, I'm barricading the door with my body for now.
Do you have any more actions, or is that all your actions?
That's everything.
Okay.
Closing the door was my last action.
Perfect. So up here, you can't see anything, but you can hear, like from down there, you hear like an angry lashing as you hear like a banging of like a tail against like some sound, sort of wood sound, and there's a loud connection. It rolled a 22 and it hits, so it does Ooh, that's actually not very good. So it uses one action to deal 6 points of damage to the door, which probably isn't enough to bust it all the way. And so it's going to use its second action to do one at disadvantage. Or not disadvantage, but a -5. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a critical hit against the door. So the second one hits.
Goodness.
28. The door completely breaks, flies off its shelf. You hear splintering wood scattering. And then you hear, like, the creature, like, steps into the room. And all you can hear is, like it's speaking in Draconic. I don't think anyone speaks Draconic.
Nope, not me.
Not
Negative.
common and common.
Okay. So you hear it say, like, Svalkalare, what ploved? As it, like, it's speaking this Draconic language that no one can quite understand. And it's sniffing in the air. So it's going to make a, it's going to make a perception check. It only gets a 13. So you hear it, it's like, it's smelling, and you brace, right? Because you're just ready for it to, like, maybe, like, slam into your door or something, Nulara, but, like, it never comes. And that's the end of its turn. Clovis.
Oh shit. Okay. So
Search the body.
Here. What's that?
Search that body.
So now that you're in this room, I can give you a more, now the room's lit up, I can give you a quick description of the room too. Well, it's apparent that this large room was originally a kitchen. The furnishings have been rebuilt and repositioned to create an improvised shrine. The western end of the hall, where a large fireplace for cooking once stood, now serves as an altar of sorts. Looming over a human corpse is a towering statue in a feminine shape made of bones, covered in sheets of moldering cloth and hanging moss. And then there's a spot on the north wall, like down here. It's a bare spot on the wall that's been decorated with, like, mud and blood that almost has, like, a womanly shape placed right on it. And of course, the corpse.
Is the corpse, like, is this like a mummified, long dead corpse, or is this like
It's definitely
recently?
It's definitely not mummified. It doesn't look like skeletal, or it hasn't rotted away. It looks fairly fresh.
Maybe a little ripe?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my instincts are telling me we gotta keep running, because we can hear that dragon in the next room, right? So we can come back and open the door.
All right. So you go to the thing, you throw the door open, right? And the door opens, and the little flickering light doesn't go far enough for you to actually see what's down there. But you hear the chittering of, like, voices speaking, what language is this? Speaking Undercommon. If anyone speaks Undercommon.
I do.
And it sounds like a bunch of people, like there's a handful of voices that are, like, arguing with each other, and just sort of sounds like a lot of hammering and nailing going on, like a lot of, like, banging noises and stuff like that. Nulara can actually see them. I think Nulara's the only one that can see the dark vision. So Nulara sees a group of guys. They got, like, tiny bodies, giant, like, oversized eyes. There's a pile of, like, wood and, like, a broken ballista, and they're all, like, hammering, sawing, cutting it apart and rebuilding it in weird ways. And, like, as the door, like, flies open with the light streaming in, all the eyes, like, turn and stop what they're doing, and they just look back in your direction, and you see a bunch of these little creatures staring at you.
All right.
Close the door.
Not good. Not good, Clovis.
There goes the door.
So one action to move, one action to open the door.
We don't though. I don't think we want to go in there.
And then Nulara's like, close it, and then you close it.
We can't afford 2 fights right now. This is our best option.
I think that's the end of
3
Clovis'
actions.
turn, right? All right, Mukta.
We need to move.
I'm going to search this body real quick.
Okay. So you go over the body. The body's been mostly picked pretty clean, but as you like pull the body fresh and look, it slumps forward a bit as you're searching through it. On its left shoulder, right in the back, there is a tattoo of a white bird on its shoulder.
Yep. Can I use my quick draw for a dagger to go and cut it, that tattoo, to cut it off?
Yeah.
That'll be
So
my
you
second action.
Quick draw, whip out the thing, and you're just gonna like
Gross.
slice its skin.
Yep.
Yeah, it cuts through pretty easily.
Oh wow.
Mook does so cool under the freaking
That's
pressure.
why you're. That's why you asked.
People on both sides of the door. Let me fuck with this.
Otherwise, he's basically naked laying here. He doesn't have a lot of stuff on him. They left his underwear on, but no belongings. But there is like a pile of like offerings on the shrine, like around him.
All right.
There's like a little rock that's like glowing softly when you look close, and a couple of like gems and stuff like that. Like definitely
there
like a
a-
little treasure pile.
Is there a help action?
There is.
All right. I'm going to say this. Look, we can't afford 2 fights on 2 ends, but we might be able to distract that Drake. Maybe offer him a easier meal. And as I look to the corpse that I just dug into, Nulara, if you open that door, I'll help you throw this body in there.
Clovis looks all panicked because he thinks you're talking about Mushi at first.
Okay.
So my third action, I will help Nulara if she tries to throw this body.
Okay.
Through
So you're
the
gonna
door.
help. You're gonna help her toss the body. Perfect.
And that's my turn.
All right. I like it. Hal.
I
All right. Hal's gonna move over here.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna open this door. I'm not
Okay.
sure if it goes to the same place.
You open it
Looks
and
like it does.
it looks like it does. Nilar, you look past the door and you see them all like they were looking at it, and then they were looking at each other confused, and the door opens a second time and they look back confused again.
I will close it.
Okay.
That's my everything.
That's your turn. Okay. Nilar. I like that turn.
actually thought that was going to go to a different room.
Okay.
We're both next to the corpse. You're right next to the door. You can open, we throw, we close the door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so opening the door.
Yep, you open the door, and the odd
Oh,
thing
he's
is
not here. He's
not there.
Okay.
I
So I'm
still
still
like the
picking
plan.
up the. Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
picking up
so-
the body.
So Mukta, you're gonna aid.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna make this is gonna be an athletics check to toss the body out there. So why don't you go ahead and give me an athletics check?
Okay.
Awesome.
The DC on this is low. It's a dead body. That's no resistance. It's not heavy. The DC on this is only gonna be 10. So what happens is you make the roll, and then you either aid or hinder her depending on how your roll goes.
Nice.
Nice. That's a critical success. So you give Nulara a +2 to her roll to throw this body out. So. All right, 22 critical success. So you can throw it. Basically, you toss this body and it like splats like right in the middle of the thing, tumbles with its like shoulder cut out right with the white tattoo that you already cut off, Mukta. The body like slams and like it doesn't like make much of a sloppy like noise. Like it's been dried out for long enough that it doesn't really like. It more like sounds like brittle and like paper mache like collapsing, and the body just lays there like very unceremoniously in a heap right in the middle of the room. And you hear noise from up ahead, Nulara, that almost sounds like there's something coming from that open door on your right hand side.
He's close, but he's not here right now. I'm gonna close the door. Can you go?
Yep.
That's all my action.
Okay.
So it was the corpse was old enough to be desiccated.
It's not completely. It's probably a few weeks old.
It was
Like
probably-
maybe just slightly more than a week old.
It would be a little bloated, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what kind of weird things they did to it before they
Yeah.
sacrificed it, right?
I'm gonna look to the rest of the party and say, if the distraction takes, that should give us enough time to at least get ready to fight either the enemy on door 1 or the enemies on doors 2 and 3.
Yeah. So back through the door, right? Because you're standing right against the door, Nulara. You hear like the noise of like the creature sort of like walking back, and then you hear like an angry roar and like a weird like bite thuddy noise, and then you hear like a wet sopping sort of drag noise, and it sounds like maybe it's dragging the corpse away.
And
then it goes quiet.
Okay, one problem down, on to problem 2.
Yep. And so like there's like a moment where like you like, you know, especially like Clovis and Hal are sort of like worried about maybe something coming in and coming on the other side of the door, but for the moment it seems like nothing's coming. And I think as we have survived our sort of crazy encounter with Freznelkesh the Drake, do some quick thinking and some heavy damage, we're gonna go to our break.
Phew.
Wow,
no
man.
one died, you guys.
You guys
Stress
tried
from the beginning to the end of this thing, man.
That was very high stress, indeed.
No one died.
Clovis just kept running into like one problem after another.
Oh my god. Well,
Clovis
no one
is just
died.
running scared. Holy crap.
Let me run here, creepy moans. All right, nope. Let me run here.
Oh, yeah, good.
Creepy little guy.
Good thing I had my senses. I could see what was going on. So I was like, yep, I can go that way now.
So I had to come into the room and I had to make like a perception check, and it rolled pretty low. And you guys had left that other door open, so it almost looked like you went downstairs. So it kind of went that way after you guys. You guys, you know, lucked out. Good job leaving the door open, Al.
Totally part of my plan.
All according to plan.
Yes.
This whole fight just went completely exactly how we planned it.
Oh yeah.
Went on smoothly.
Man, opening with a crit against you, Nulara, that was rough.
Yo, it's okay. I mean, I have to be on the receiving end of it at some point.
It's
It's
true.
okay. I paid it back.
You
Yeah,
took
yes,
the
you
crit.
did.
Yeah, that's true. That was awesome. So before we go to our break, just a reminder that we're having the NPC contest on our YouTube. So down below, thank you, Audi Inquisition, for the follow. We appreciate it. Make sure to check out the video there. Look for the NPC comment thread. Make your entry there. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube as well. And while you're at it, head over to twitch.tv/DMSteve. Click that follow button, just like Audi Inquisition just did, to help us with our next follower goal of 100 subscribers. I plan to run a fan-filled one-shot set in Otari that may influence this campaign if we can hit the 100 followers. So if you want to be one of those fans and influence our game by having a fun little game, yeah, help us get to 100. All right, stay tuned as we get I'll give you more details and we'll fill out the logistics as we get closer to that goal. But besides that, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Let's take our break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Abomination Vaults. All right, welcome back after that intense sort of first half of our session, guys. We didn't do the stand and fight thing. We did the kind of run and fight, and it worked out in your favor in the end.
It would have killed us.
Possibly.
Somebody would have died.
It was also pretty low. So yeah, so we cut back, right? And you guys we're waiting for like a minute for this door to sort of something from the other side to come running at you guys, and enough time passes that it seems like whatever those things were have at least not come immediately to where you are. And then that's that. Right in that moment, you hear like a sort of a gasp of pain as you guys all turn and look, and you can see that Nulara is like covered in acid, and her eyes are burning, and her skin is starting to bubble because we've had persistent damage that we forgot about. So Nulara, can you do two things for me? First, can you make a DC 15 check? Just roll a DC. Flat check. So you're gonna roll a D20. If you roll 15 or above, it goes away on its own. It does not. So you're gonna take 1d6 acid damage. We should have been doing this every turn. We forgot, but we're doing it now. So you take 6 points of acid damage as this thing starts, burning your eyes. So the way this
Can
works
I,
is you can like try to put it out. It takes an action, and then you like sort of can make this same check right instantly and try to like wipe it off her eyes, something like that.
I'll try. Well, another flat D20.
Well, yeah. So yeah, you would have on your turn, right? It would. Let's just say this. We happened it on the end of your turn. So let's let everyone else get a chance to help before it goes back to your turn. So just, everyone gets one turn to help her in some way. So
I'll cast Soothe.
let's start with Hal. You want to cast Soothe? Okay. Go ahead and cast Soothe again. So that's 6 points of healing. The healing is like helping heal, but it's not like removing the poison that's like burning her face, unfortunately.
Oh,
Gotcha.
that feels like an ice pack. Oh, thank you.
That's
Okay.
my go.
So I guess the only people that are close enough to actually try to wipe off the poison right away would be Mukta and Mushi. So if you want, you could try to use your 3 actions, Mukta, to get the poison off her. You're really quiet.
I will do that.
Okay, just give me 3 DC 20 checks.
Just straight D20s.
It's just straight T20. And it takes 15 or higher to get rid of the persistent damage. And you can do this mid-combat. Normally this would happen mid-combat,
Okay.
Or you can come up with some other creative way to do it. So the first attempt fails. The second one fails. You're trying really hard to like get poison off, and it's just so much and so everywhere. You're unsuccessful. That gives Clovis a chance. Actually,
So is it
looking at this, it's supposed to actually take 2 actions to do this, not 1 action. So that's my bad. It's 2 actions to assist in removing stuff. So you can technically only do it once, but I really you rolled 3 times. But we know
I
going
failed
forward.
anyway. So
All right. So you said Mushi's got to be the one that does this, right?
Well, you can spend an action to run to her and do it, or you can command Mushi to do it with 1 action, right?
Yeah. Could Mushi like take leaves on his branch and try to wipe off the poison?
Yes. Have Mushi make a straight D20.
Just a straight D20.
You're just rolling a straight D20. We need 15 or higher.
He's gonna get a crit. Come on.
Nope.
God, Mushi.
So everyone has tried to help, and they've been unsuccessful. So it comes back to your turn, Nular.
I'm gonna pull out my water skin and use that as an eye wash.
Okay. Make that D20 check.
Good idea.
Phew.
Jesus, can any of us roll?
hero point.
Yeah, hero
Oh
point.
yeah,
maybe?
hero point. Yeah.
Okay.
Hero. There it is.
Wow, you guys.
Hey.
Oh,
Seriously.
We're getting all these rolls out so we can fight the dragon on the way out. Get these rolls out of the way now.
Oh man, it's so stubborn. It's still in my eye.
I was even prepared to like lower the DC from 15 to like 13, and you just still didn't hit it.
You still can hit it, man.
All
I
right.
think
So,
it's in deeper. Oh.
so at the end of your turn, you take another 1d6 damage. Or actually, at the end of your turn, we do a flat roll to see if it goes away on its own. So I'll roll a d20. It does.
Okay.
And so you take another 1d6. So you take another 6 points of acid damage.
A row. Oh, that's twice in a row.
Yeah. So it's burning you more and more and more and more, and it's hurting more and more. Okay, let's go around one more time.
Man.
Hal.
I'll move up and try to like daintily brush it out of her eyes and her hair.
Yeah. Okay. Make that make that d20 check. Hey,
There
we
we
did
go.
it. So with all this help, finally it's
Ow.
enough to put the like acid away. And so Nulara, like you can just see like on your face just like slight discoloration where the acid's been eating on your face for this long.
Oh man, am I grayer, Hal?
Not so much. Your screen's drooping a little bit more than it was before. I don't know if that
wow.
is okay.
It'll go back. Thank you so much.
Actually, I heard, that it might actually tighten the skin a bit. You might actually look younger after this.
My pores, huh? Okay. It's a nice skincare routine that we should probably sell back to the town. The mayor might like it.
So how are you feeling? How's your health?
I'm okay, and I say as I pull a healing potion and chug at it real quick.
Okay. You're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. The real interesting thing about the situation is you fled down south, right? And you've kind of come into the bottom, but you have no way at this point to know how to get back up. You know there's some weird big-eyed creatures in the next room over. You know the drakes in the next room back. You know Clovis heard some weird moaning creature in the shadows. It really seems like you guys are in a tough spot. Like getting back to the surface is in and of itself a very hard sort of situation. Yeah, you guys want to take some time here to regroup. It does seem, at least, that nothing's knocking on your door and interrupting you. So if you want to take 10 minutes, Hal, that is fine. This would also be a chance for people to potentially use treat wounds. We can spend some time in this exploration phase. Also, since we're not in active combat anymore, I'm going to go ahead and reveal this treasure pile, which is the sort of treasure on this shrine.
It's a lot of unidentified.
Any traps?
Mushy.
You take a look around on the area for any sort of traps whatsoever, and you don't see any.
All right. I'll take a look at this stuff.
You good, Mukta? I have an extra healing potion.
I have one as well. Do you think?
I think you should just
Should
wait
we
a minute, and
yes,
I will get my healing hands back, and I will heal you in a minute.
I think we
10
save.
minutes, actually.
We don't know how long we're going to be down here, so healing potions I think we should save for when we really need them.
Okay.
Okay.
I will check the treasure.
Yeah.
Hang on. So I'll come over and I'm gonna give Muta a good berry.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. How much healing does a good berry do in Pathfinder?
It is so 1d6 plus 4.
Damn,
Nice.
that's a way better berry than certain other.
Right. So that's 7 points.
Nice.
7 points, and it just uses one of your focus points to do that.
Right. Yep.
And so,
Was it that to identify, like we can just make, like a religious or an occult check?
yeah, so like depending on the actual magic item you're looking at, it can be different checks. So let me just describe the three major like treasures you see here, right? Let me see. Did I miss something? No. So there's three things that look valuable amongst all the rest of like kind of garbage and like little like tiny stick figures that have been made, like literal figures made out of like splintered wood and stuff. One is like a small stone with like a glowing rune on it. And then two of them are gems. One looks like a reddish gem, and the other one is kind of like a greenish gem. So which one did you want to, like, you could try to identify them. You tell me which one you want to do, and I'll have you make a roll.
The rune?
Okay, you can do Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion. Your choice.
I will do... Okay, is it okay if I take a look at this one?
This is not my area of expertise. The gems I might be able to take a look at.
Oh my.
You're not sure, Nular.
The acid's still in my eye.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
It's pretty.
Yeah, well, you're still refocusing, right?
Oh, yeah. I thought
But
this was afterwards.
No, in a moment. Like I'm assuming they're doing this while you're refocusing. And Clovis, are you gonna cast Goodberry and then refocus as well for 10 minutes?
I can't. If I remember right, the rules are once you can't go back up to 2 focus points. You have to stick at 1 until a long rest.
It's just like once you spend focus points, you can't. You can only get 1 back. So if you spend 2, you can get 1 back. If you spend 1, you can get 1 back. It's not that you can't go back up to 2. It's just like part of refocusing means you spent a focus point since the last time you refocused.
Yes, then I would want to be focusing. I misunderstood that. I thought it was like once you use it, you could get back up to 1 but never back to 2. So
No, you just can't refocus unless you spent a point since the last time you refocused. That's the only.
gotcha.
So let's. I'll have you cast detect magic in a second. Hal, let's let Nulara and Mukta look over the treasure and see what they figure out before you guys are done refocusing. So
Go look at the gems to see maybe.
All right, give me for the first one. Just give me an Arcana, Nature, Occultism, Religion check.
Oh, I was just gonna try to see like what they're worth and what kind of gems they are.
Just make one of these checks first, and then I'll tell you.
Okay. Wow, they are all the same.
Okay, not your forte. You're trained in
No.
everything except for magical.
Except for the magics. Yes. Let's go with Arcana. Why not? They're all the same.
Okay, so the first gem you look at, you're not able to understand. The second one, why don't you just give me a crafting check?
All right.
You can see one's under consumable and one's under treasures. So you identify the treasure one at least. It's a large bloodstone that's worth 10 gold, but nothing magical about it.
All right. I'll take the bloodstone gem then.
Yeah, and let's have you guys trade items. You can take the bloodstone, put it on your character sheet. Let's have you guys trade items because you guys got a few minutes until they're done with their refocusing. So Nulara make another check, and then Mukta make another check. This time on the opposite items.
All right.
So religion.
Let's try.
Nice, Nulara. So Nulara,
Oh.
you look at the gem and you do identify it as a fear gem.
What does it do?
Nice.
nice.
Mukta, so you guys are like, I have no idea. You trade, you instantly know what they are. So
You know what this is.
yeah, Nulara, this is a fear gem, which is basically it's like a talisman. You would affix the gem to a weapon of some sort, and then you can activate it to basically make intimidating strike as a 2 action, and it like uses it up. It's also worth about 20 gold if you were to sell it, but it's also can be affixed to a weapon and consumed. They're what's called talismans. And then Mukta, you look at this. It's a very straightforward rune that is used. It's just a weapon +1 rune that you could transfer to any weapon you want to make it a +1 weapon.
Ah.
Oh wow. Use it.
This could make our weapons a little more deadly. What about that gem?
Well, as long as we affix it to a weapon, what it does is it strikes fear into their hearts. Makes them a little distracted. Yeah.
You do that with the glare, so.
I know. Do you want this one? Maybe we can put it on your dagger.
Maybe we'll keep it handy.
Oh, it's a necklace. Intimidating.
I think when I made them like what do you call it, like when I unidentified them, they broke the image link for some reason.
Let's show it to Clovis and Hal after they.
Yeah, and so this is enough time for them to finish refocusing. You guys get your refocus points back, and you can kind of reconvene.
There's treasure.
I'd like to do lay on hands again.
Okay.
On Nulara.
You don't have any of those berries handy, do you, Clovis? It was quite tasty.
Thank you.
Is that a no, Clovis?
No, it's yes. I said no. Sorry, I was clicking my thing to roll it, but didn't do
Oh,
it,
okay.
So.
It's not like I can't take a good berry anymore, right? I can take another one.
There's no. Yeah, there's no. I think there's there might be a built-in limit, but it's not after 1. So
Every six berries consumed.
it just says 6 good berries is like a full meal, but it doesn't say you can't eat more. So
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, my friend. Those I
So
feel
it's
quite a bit
another
better. If I had to quantify it, that makes me feel like almost 4 points from, my tip-top shape.
Very good. I'm glad you're feeling better.
and so you guys gonna do another 10 minutes to refocus?
If we can.
No, I mean, you guys tell me. You guys have so far spent about 10 minutes in this room, and nothing's come to bother
We're
you.
still not hearing anything coming down there. Then I'd say if you guys are good with it, we'll take another 10 minutes.
Mulata, how do
Yeah.
you feel?
I'm feeling a little 50%.
Like a 5 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Can you guys
refocus.
can you guys not see each other's health?
No,
No.
I cannot.
No,
Oh, I see. It's on
you can
hover.
see it. You can see it in the
I can
combat
see.
vector,
I can see
but-
Clovis's,
There we
but
go.
I can't. Oh, there.
Oh, I
Hover.
got it.
I'm changing it to hover for anyone.
There you go.
Oh, I see. If you hover over, you can see it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll refocus again.
Okay.
Mukta, are you familiar with? I saw you. I don't know. Take off that skin from that corpse's arm. What was in it? What was on it?
It looked like a symbol that certain guilds use. You had
Symbol,
Are you
Like a
familiar
bird?
with?
you had said that the proprietor of the Crook's Nook has a contract with you, yes, to recover her friends or information of her.
Yeah.
I figure, well, fresh body. I mean, who else would be down here? And a tattoo would be a good way to identify, well, what left of someone.
Oh, and we just fed it to the dragon.
Well, he was already dead. All we really need is the tattoo to show that, hey, we found him. He was dead.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, part of your deal was it's 50 gold flat if you can bring back the correct information, with a 5 gold bonus if you bring back every person that's alive. But she didn't really say she wanted dead bodies back, right? There was no agreement, at least.
You said that surrounding that corpse was like a ritual? Like,
So,
what
like-
seemed like a ritual?
Well, like in this room, right? Because you have a bunch of time. So it's like this giant, not like an effigy, but like a big statue made out of, let's see. So it's an improvised shrine out of like broken down furnishings, kind of hammered into this like sort of like shrine shelf. Right above that corpse where it was, there's a large towering statue, much bigger than you guys, made out of bone and covered in sheets with moldering cloths, covered in like a moss. So it almost looks like a giant feminine ghost shape just towering right over the top of your head right now. And then
How
also
did we
on the
miss this?
yeah. And then so also, I mean, I read it, but it was like in the midst of combat, so it kind of flew by. And then on this side, on the north wall here, there's another like spot on the wall where like a muddy black feminine figure has been kind of just carved, like not carved, but like decorating that spot on the wall. It's mud and blood, and as you look, it almost looks like the same sort of feminine form. Why don't you make a religion check for me, Nular? Very nice. So you take a look at this for a minute, and like the figures and the way it looks, you're pretty sure this isn't meant to represent a god necessarily. Like usually a shrine like this would be some deity or some god. It's something off. Something feels off about it. And then as you're looking at this, it clicks, and you think back to the painting you saw like in the hallway earlier that you guys kind of like pilfered. You're pretty sure that this is a shrine to Belcora. And this
we're
figure,
getting-
this feminine figure, both the bone statue and this sort of like spot on the wall are both meant to be like tributes to her.
Oh, guys, look. And then I point at the statues.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. You didn't see it before.
No, there was some acid in my eye. It was,
Screw you.
I was-
Good
I was too scared. I was just trying to get out of here.
I think maybe well, something killed our that friend we were sent down to find, and I have a feeling you saw some sort of creatures in the
Yeah.
doorway.
yeah,
I mean, if they live down here, they probably worship.
Belcora.
That's my guess.
So like another 10 minutes pass if you guys want to do the healing on them again.
Hal, how are you feeling yourself?
Hal will look down at all the muck on his clothes and look back up at Mukta. I stink. It is in my hair. I can feel it. I taste it. It's in my mouth too. It's terrible. I feel terrible.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I was kind of ragging on you a little bit.
I try to wipe
Not
some
alive,
blood
right?
off of his hair.
We can always take a bath later, but dead is dead. So,
True is true.
Clovis, well, do you need any sort of medical attention, Hal?
Yeah,
No.
don't forget you guys do have the ability to use the healer's kit and do treat wounds. It can take a little longer depending on how much you want to spend on it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So I have.
You have healer's kit and you have the ability to treat wounds because you're trained in medicine. So what you
Okay,
could do is get
so-
the healer's kit out. You spend, I think if you look at the treat wounds action, it'll say, but like, I think it's like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So it's 10 minutes to like training, and then you can extend that to an hour to heal more if you need to. So do you want to do that?
Yeah, you guys good sticking around? Are we good? Do you want me to try to start healing her?
I think 10 minutes at least. Do we only have one healer's kit, or do we have another?
I have one.
Looks like you might just have one then.
So once you use it, it's done. We'd have to get
No,
another
no,
one.
no.
Is that how this works?
No, it's just you can't have like two people using it at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
no, I know. I just want to make sure it's not like it's used.
It doesn't get used up. No.
Okay, perfect.
So who would you like to heal? Because once you heal someone, they're immune for like an hour, right?
Yep, so I'm going to say Nulara because she's the most wounded.
Okay.
And she's
So go
usually our frontline fighter.
Go ahead and make that medicine check for me.
In the meantime, I'm transferring all of this treasure to our trade character.
Okay.
Just a core skill, just do a medicine.
Yep,
roll.
just a
Is that
medicine
right?
check. Yep. So it should be under your exploration activities, but all right, 18 is a success, which means you can go ahead and heal her 2d8.
Oh, of course.
And if you want to push that to an hour of treating instead of just 10 minutes, you can double whatever you roll. So let's see what you roll. Oh my god.
Oh, hero point. Use my hero point on that one.
I'll allow it. It's not typically supposed to be allowed, but I'll allow it. Reroll that 2d8.
Yeah,
Hero point on the heal
Dude,
roll.
I'm telling you guys, it is really good that we didn't go fight anybody even on the other side of that door because I think we'd all be dead with the rolls.
I
We'll roll
know.
like shit.
Not much better. So it's 4, and if you
It's
treat her
double.
for an hour, it'll go to 8.
I don't know if I want to spend an hour in here, but
So you want to do just 4 then?
Yeah, and then I'll just give her a good berry.
Okay. So 4. Go ahead and heal 4, Nular, and then also give a good berry. So that's another 1d6 plus 4.
Yep.
Don't roll a 1, please. Okay.
There you go, 8.
So 8 more.
Nice.
Feeling a little bit better, I hope.
It only said 4, but hit it twice, so you get the extra d4. What you should do is when you roll that, you should do roll 1d6 plus 4, so that it'll add that extra flat bonus, so she can add it easier.
And maybe Hal, you heal her again, and we spend another 10 minutes here where you guys focus yourselves again.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
will
only
you
10
guys
minutes.
will you guys
just
be
be another-
exhausted when we get out of when we pass through the threshold of this room? Like, would you?
I'm
We'll be able to
tired
play.
of smelling like poop.
So yeah, go ahead and roll just 6 more, right, for Nulara?
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that 6 more for you, Nulara.
Thank you.
Nice. And
And then you guys are
Before-
going to take
while you
another
guys
10
are-
minutes. So after this third round of refocusing, plus the 10 minutes of treat wounds. We've been in here for 40 minutes so far, and so far nothing's bothered you.
While they're taking their 10 minutes, can I see that healer's kit for a moment, Clovis?
Yeah, here you go. Go Mukta.
I'm
Yours.
going to look over Hal and patch up any cuts or bruises that he might have.
Sure. Make a medicine roll.
Not quite as good as you, Clovis, but we'll see.
DC's 15. You get a 17. That's a success. So 2d8.
Nice.
All right.
Not bad.
Nice.
9.
9 points of healing to you, Hal.
Nice.
As I hand the healer's kit back to
Yeah,
Clovis.
that's good.
Not bad.
Plus,
Now,
kind of learning how the healer's kit works. So.
Yeah, so Nulara and Hal are both immune to treat wounds for another hour. You can only treat wounds once per hour. Oh, and also Nulara, because you use treat wounds, you lose your wounded condition. It goes away.
Okay. I was gonna ask
Nice.
that too. Nice.
It's nice. Well worth it.
Okay.
Um,
And
Question.
So 45 minutes have passed. You guys get your refocus points back, and you're fine. Yes. Question. I got an answer.
no, this was Mukta talking to the group.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing's come through that door. You said you saw creatures, yes?
Yes, I think I saw 2. so
No.
far.
Either there's 2 possibilities for why they have not come through the door. They ran, or they're waiting and prepared a trap. I don't think that they were waiting to welcome us peacefully down in this place.
Did they
So-
notice us, Steve? Because you said
It
that
made eye
they're-
contact with
they
you,
rolled
Nulara.
like a low. Oh, never
It
mind.
made eye
you
contact
say-
with you. It locked eyes with you. They were building something, and they stopped and turned and looked at you guys and had a really confused look on your face the first time you saw them, and then the second time when Hal opened the door, you could see them talking to each other, and then they turned the second time and made eye contact with you again.
Mukta did not see it, but Richard remembers what the DM said. Ballista!
That is a good point. They were building what looked to be like a
Oh.
ballista of some sort.
Okay.
So
Well,
In
I
fact,
remember there was
make
another.
a
Oh.
retroactive perception check, Nular, because you're the only one that could see it in the dark.
Perception.
Let's see if you can recall what exactly you saw. There's definitely a ballista.
Sorry, give me 1 second. My thing is lagging. There you go. An 18.
18. So the one thing you notice is you're thinking back on it. They're definitely building a ballista, but it looked non-functional. It looked like it was in shambles and pieces, and it was weird. It's like they were putting it back together, but it looked pretty disassembled.
From what I gathered, they're trying to build something, but they're not going very far. They could be busy, but also you have a point. They could be more prepared for us to get through those doors. Also, I remember there was another door. We could take a look at that too, but I don't know where the
door,
dragon is.
Hal, you said that. Where did that other doorway lead to before you ran in the room with us?
It went down into the darkness.
I
remember
mean,
God telling us that it's more difficult when we get lower.
we've gone down this far. Maybe we explore this level first before we try to delve deeper and uncover anything else that might, kill us. Clovis, I saw you go through that small passageway. That's why I initially was thinking we go that way, because I don't think that Drake could fit through there, but you ran back. Did you see anything?
I did not see anything. I just heard noises. What exactly was I hearing, Steve?
It sounded
moans
like
and
a
groans.
disconcerting moan, like weird, echoey, shadowy moans off in the distance that almost look like it was starting to like affect your mind even. Like it was driving you a little crazy just listening to it.
All right, so I echo that back to you.
Okay.
Definitely didn't
I
sound
think
like
going forward
this whole place is not good. So what are we doing? Are we?
In fact, make a nature check for me. Let's see if you can. Let's see if you can suss out what this sort of moan was.
Make
Actually,
a moan
wait.
check.
Yeah, make a moan check.
Was it a pained moan? Was it a
good
please moan?
What kind of moan
Yeah.
was it?
Oh,
16 is not bad. So I think with a nature check with that roll, you're not able to pinpoint what it actually is. Decent roll, but unfortunately it doesn't give you any information. Like you're not even sure that you would even have a guess.
All right. So
well,
what's the plan, guys? Are we gonna go get these guys on the other side of the door, or try to work our way
we can have
down,
them.
or try to get out of this cave?
You can go
Maybe
face
we
to
can
the
I
day.
don't want to-
funnel through the door.
I don't want to go in the muddy water. What were those guys saying? I speak Undercommon.
They were like arguing over the best way to build this thing. Like there was a couple of guys. You only got a glimpse of the conversation, but they were having an argument about the best way to repair this thing. And two.
I mean, perhaps we have a conversation with some guys in the other room. I can translate for you. I mean, music is a universal language.
That's why you are the music man.
Ooh, I have an idea. What if like I'll go with you, as a shield, and then if things go awry, like we can pull them back in here with Mukta and Clovis
Can
ready
wait.
with maybe ranged attacks.
I
Have
can
them
wait
funnel
with
in.
this short board is working out pretty well. I'm glad we bought it.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve. While we're out of combat, can I cast light on myself?
So if you do, it'll just take it off to Nulara and put it on yourself.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
I gave it to her. Never mind.
I have
forgot.
dark vision. It's okay.
I can
but how,
put on the lights if you want to drag him into the room.
Yeah, no, you're usually in the front, Norlar, so that it's worked. It's just I think when we got split up there, it was a little bit more difficult. So no, we'll leave it on you. And the dancing lights, so we're good. All right, so
Are you guys comfortable with the plan? Like,
let's do it. I'm comfortable.
So give me a
Sure.
quick overview of what your guys' plan is at eye level. You gonna parlay?
So I want to create my dancing lights so I can see what's going on in there. Then we'll go in there and then I'll play my lute. Friends, let us not argue amongst friends. How can we help you? As we
I'll
go
have
in.
my shield up. I'll be right in front of you, Hal.
So Nulara's going in with the shield raised. You know, Hal's going in
Actually,
to sort of
behind him.
got it. Hal's going in with the sustained on the lights, and then Mukta and Clovis. What are you guys doing? You just standing. You got your bow out, Mukta.
I will.
Are you trying to avoid detection?
Yes, I'm trying to stealth.
Okay, so if you're gonna stealth there, I'm just gonna stand at the door, so I can watch what's going on. So if
I have
see
no
any-
weapons out right now, but
That's true. You
they're all-
don't. That's cool.
They're all ready to be pulled out.
That's right. Okay. So yeah. So you're watching out Clovis. Mukta's got, hiding. So go ahead and make that stealth roll for me. And Nulara's just got her shield raised. And Hal is walking out. So you open the door and stride forward, and as you come out and open the door, you can see they're all working on this ballista thing. It still looks like it's in like so many different pieces, and there's probably like 2 or 3 different ballistas that have been assembled, and they're trying to build like a singular one out of it, right? And they're going back, and then they turn and see you come through with the lights. And then all of them like pull out like their little like screwdrivers, whatever like tools, their hammers they're going with, and they hiss at you, Hal. And in Undercommon they say, This is our find. Go away.
Friends, we don't want to. Perhaps we can help you build it. My friend over there knows how to build things pretty well. In fact, maybe they can help you build it. We don't want it. We just want to pass through, if that is okay. Do you know what's on the other side of those doors?
Which doors are you pointing at? The ones, I guess,
These are-
the ones right behind them.
Yeah.
So, like, you try to steer the conversation, and they stop, and they're like, "Don't change the conversation. What are you doing down here in our house?"
We've come to help you build your machines and run away from the giant swamp person. I fell in the water. I would not want to go back again if that is, preferable.
Got it. So there's this exchange back and forth, and over like this minute of conversation, you can go ahead and use your make an impression roll, which I believe you said you can use performance, right?
Yes, as long as I'm playing my lute, which is...
That works for me.
Unless you tell me I'm not, I will.
Yep, you are. So the DC on this roll is 16.
Yes.
21, that's a
Nice.
success. So they go from hostile to like indifferent. Yeah. Hey, strangers, check out the sick riff. That's what they were saying in Twitch chat. But you're using it to accentuate and like soothe them, right, as you're talking. It's not like you're just doing the performance, but maybe you are. But it's not like you had a conversation.
I'm doing the Bill and Ted. Diddle-diddle.
Oh, nice. Do the lights
So-
dance around with you as you do it?
Right.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
basically they go from angry, like hostile, to indifferent. So they kind of like lower their like weapons. They don't trust you still, but they stop and they say like, so long as you don't try to steal this, if you want to help us build it.
I won't steal it. I mean, I can't carry it. I carry this. And I
Oh, this
gesture
thing is
towards
huge,
my
right? This
lute.
thing is so huge that it's bigger than all four of them combined.
Yeah, I can't carry that. I got to carry this. There's no reason why I want to carry that. But perhaps you can tell me what's behind those doors and we go through. Perhaps me help you on the way through if you let us. I see you're kind of like meh, not so much. But I mean, what's the worst can happen? I can't carry that. My friend can't carry that either. He's like this big, and I like gesture to like 4.5 feet tall. But maybe we can pass through, perhaps. You tell me.
Yeah, so they tell you these things back here. They're not friendly with you yet, right? So they're not willing to like answer all these questions, but they are willing to let you pass if you would like. And what they tell you is kind of like, this is their area, and they kind of point towards like the south and the doors around them, and they say this is all of our territory. If you want to pass through, they point at the doors like north. Like I don't know if you can even see them, Hal, but like Nulara might be able to. But like this way, they point down this hallway. And they say, you can pass that way. Or we can take you to our king. And he might be able to help you.
You're a king? You mean Baz Scruggs or someone else?
They look at each other kind of confused. And they're like, no. King Growlgut. Growlgus.
Well,
the king of the ghost queen.
I don't know him. I mean, Lilara, do we want to go speak with him or do we want to get the hell out of here? I'll take that as we want to get the heck out of here. Would you like my friend to come see if he can fix your thing? I mean, do you want it to be a certain way or do you want it to be a certain other way? He's really good with his stuff. We don't have to. We're not going to take it. We can also just pass through if that's what you prefer.
So here's the choice I'll give you, right? You can try to make another impression and take them from indifferent up to like friendly of some sort, in which case they'll probably be more willing and open to that. But if you fail this check, if you critically fail this check, it's going to go the opposite direction. They're going to go back to hostile, and they'll probably think you're trying to pull something on them.
Okay,
So-
I'm going to try it.
You gonna try it? Give me another. Give me another make an impression.
Do it.
This is Bard territory, man. 26.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's actually a critical success. So they go from
got-
like friendly to like helpful really quick. So they do call you over in your friend. They say they lighten up and they go happy and they're like, yeah, come help us fix this up. And they call you over to look at it.
Okay, I'll go over
So
there.
you're now friends with this group of creatures. And
Before you go, Hal, I'm gonna whisper. Maybe they could give us information about the lighthouse or who the heck this ghost queen is. I have a feeling
Of course.
who, but okay. I don't think they
And
understand.
my friend here, and I'll point Mukta, come help them build this thing.
Hearing
knows-
the conversation and understanding Undercommon as well, I
look like.
Smeagol.
will pop into the room
Mhm.
and try to take a look at what they're trying to build.
Give me a straight
there any-
crafting check. Yeah.
Is there
whatever.
anybody who's is clearly the leader amongst these four? Are they all just equally arguing with each other?
Let's
Here,
say
well,
the insightful Morlock Scavenger, this one down here, is probably the one that seems to have the most clout in the group.
So
I'm gonna use a 0 point.
You need 0 point on this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you look at this with a 9 and it just looks like a terrible mess that you don't even understand like how it's staying together. So let's see what your hero point comes up with.
Nice.
24. So interestingly, you get the same information in different contexts. This is a terrible pile of like mismatched wood. Like they are, if they just wanted to build a basic ballista, it would have been fine. But looking at this, you can see that they've tried to improve the design, and every time they try to improve the design, it goes too far in one direction until it fails again. And it seems to be like it doesn't make sense like logically. Like if you were to build this, you would go in a very simple way. These guys are like going crazy, and like you don't even know how this thing's not like falling apart. It's literally held together with like bubblegum and twine at this point.
So here's my question: with that 24, would I be able to help them in a way where it looks good and holds up, but still won't function?
Well, probably.
Because that's what I would do. I do not want to give these guys
wanna-
a working ballista.
Yeah, no, I get that, yeah. So as you're working with them, what they tell you is like you kind of like are able to sort of make friends with them a little bit. They tell you like, you know, they live down here. You're asking some questions about like the Ghost Queen and stuff. So they let you know, the Ghost Queen is the woman, the ghost down below that they worship. You know, they're trying to get back in her favor and prove that they love her more than everyone else. So they kind of were forced. They're forced to get back into her favor, and Gralgust has a plan, and they came up here and they killed a bunch of stupid Mitflits and pushed them out of here and took it as their home. And, their king has a plan. And they found this in the hallway up north, the direction they were sending you, and they drug it back here, and they've been trying to repair it for like the last week.
Have you seen anybody like us come along? Well, not me, but my friends here.
You mean surface dwellers?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we have them imprisoned in the other room. I believe one of them's probably scheduled for execution soon. Another sacrifice to the Ghost Queen.
So perhaps we can cut a deal. My brother is in there. And since we're such good friends, and my friend Mukta can fix your machine, we fix your machine. Me and my brother can go. We leave you alone. You can tell the boss you executed them, and everything is taken care of, and we go our own ways, and we do not come back. Does that
Don't
sound like
forget
a
about
plan?
all of your brother's friends. There was a few of them, I think.
And so what the response you get is like they were kind of looking at each other a little uneasy. They're like, oh well, we're not really in charge of the prisoners. We don't have the ability to authorize that. I mean, that'll have to come from the boss himself. But you guys are great. Let's go meet him. I'm sure he'll say yes.
And I point to the doors. Are they through there? Is the boss through there, or the prisoners through there? And
They
I
point to the north. The prisoners are north, and they point
North.
south, and the boss is like kind of south.
And the
North,
boss.
like down this hallway,
Gotcha. And the boss is down here.
down that way. These rooms, they just tell you these are all their bedrooms that they sleep in.
So
They
And
don't
also,
tell
like,
you.
as you're looking in the room, right? You spent some time here. I never described this room. This is a large open area. It's a filthy mess, even belong the collapse of the south. So as you look south, the whole ceiling has collapsed in, and the whole southern half of this room is like covered in rubble. You can see what used to be like a staircase that would lead straight up, but it's covered in just like so much collapsed rubble that the staircase is currently like unworkable. But it does go up, and then yeah, there's like half-eaten like fish, cat-sized beetles, and like kind of like birds and stuff. Any little like animals that they could get their hands on down here that they've eaten. Just the bones and the carcasses strewn across the room. But there is a staircase that leads up to the surface. It's just completely collapsed.
I look towards Hal. I look towards them. Ah. You mean to tell me your king does not have you on guard duty? Big strong warriors like yourselves, I'm sure you'd be worth 3 times as many guards as they have there. How many men did he put in there instead of you all?
So they just 2, but they're like, they're the smarter ones. We're small, and they show you like we're good at crawling into places and scavenging and retrieving stuff, but they're the ones that like really are better at building. But we thought maybe if we could build this and show it to the boss, like he would like us more. And like as you've gotten this to like a pretty steady, stable state, Mukta, like it doesn't function, but it looks pretty functional. They like one of them immediately like criticizes what you did, and they're like, "Oh no, that doesn't make any sense. If we just increase the torque here, we can make it shoot so much harder." And he starts winding it harder and harder until it like snaps loose. And then one of them gets upset at the other one for doing that and like throws a wrench at him, and they tussle for a little bit. Like I said, they are constantly trying to, do it bigger and better and failing.
So I'm getting some help here. Can I do a recall knowledge on these folks?
Yeah, like what they are.
Yeah, like what they are, what they do, what's their basic abilities, etc.
Absolutely. You can either use, let's see, you can use society, unless you don't think you have this. What lores do you know? You know
theater lore.
Is that the only lore you know?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can either use your theater lore or any random lore roll, or you can do like a society check. I'll leave it up to you.
What is society in there? +4? Okay. I'll do society.
Okay. So make that society roll. These are humanoid creatures, which is why the society roll comes into play. Okay.
I'm going to use the hero point.
Okay. Use the hero point.
Since I have extra.
Yes, you will.
Even better.
Well, so here's the funny thing, right? These are supposed to be secret rolls, so you don't know you failed.
Yep.
And you got a natural 1, which is a critical fail. So you remember something wrong.
Give it to me. I jumped in the water.
I gotta think, right? What? Let me see. Let me look up these guys' lore real quick. Because I want to feed you some wrong information. What are you trying to recall about them? Like what they're called, or what is it you're trying to learn about them?
What they are and what their basic abilities are.
Got it.
So they're more Mitflits.
I think you think they're goblins. They're goblins. They're like subterranean goblins of some sort. Maybe kobolds. Hard to say. And so, what you know about kobolds are that they usually have elemental resistance, and they usually worship a dragon of some sort. So maybe this Growlgus that they keep talking about is a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you're pretty sure of.
I'm not too sure we want to visit your boss because, we just ran away from a small green dragon. I'm not sure we want to go see another dragon. Is it green?
Oh, that dragon's the worst. Like, we're stuck, we can't really get to the surface because it's always hunting and protecting our only exit.
So you mean to say that the way out is back through the same way we came, up the rope? I thought you said I could go through the door up here.
Oh, there's plenty of more to explore that way, but it just it goes up, and there's a bunch of rooms, and it loops back around to the swampy drake.
I look at the rest of the group. Perhaps we talk to his. Well, a dragon or a drake? Which one do you want to go talk to?
Wait, what?
And Clovis, you were standing on lookout for like the whole time, right? Because I had like a secret perception roll for you. As you were standing on lookout and like watching to make sure nothing's coming, you noticed something a little strange back in that room, the one with the shrine. That wall that had like the black womanly figure just kind of in mud and blood right on the wall. As you were standing there like watching, you get a sense that it's probably a secret door.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I don't want to say
Forgot
anything
that.
loud to them.
Forgot I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah.
I'll look at the group. So do you speak common and as opposed to the regular language we are using now?
Only undercommon. But the boss,
And I'll say to them,
boss,
I'll say
yeah,
to-
the boss man can speak other languages.
I'll say to Ulara, I don't think they understand us when we use regular common. You know what I'm saying? And I look towards the guy. And
They don't look to.
hold my
They got,
hand,
like,
hands up.
they're already back to trying to repair this thing, and they're already unassembling everything Mukta did and reassembling it in their own way.
Hello, it's
so I
nice
come up
to
and-
meet you all.
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
So I come up to Nerlara, very quietly whisper in here. Let's go back to the other room. I believe there might be a secret door before we go forward.
I nod. And then they don't understand us.
Let's be sure. I say
Well,
in common, your mother's a hamster and your father smells of elderberries.
One of them like kind of half looks in your direction just because you're like making noise, and they kind of like you, but they don't seem to get offended.
I mean, no one could resist that insult, so they don't understand us.
All right.
Clovis said that he found a secret door. I say with a smile on my face.
Pos-
as I make
possible
eye
secret
contact
door.
with them.
I mean, we have to get your brother, right, Hal?
Yeah, I would like to at least speak with my brother if that is okay. My friend, can I speak with my brother? You can stand. We're not going to let them out. We just want to have a conversation.
One of them offers to at least lead you to where they're being held.
Okay.
All right. So this one walks you up this way towards these doors. And he kind of like puts like a finger to his mouth, like almost like be quiet, because he says like, you know, there's other things that live in the area, so we just got to be very sneaky.
Like what other things?
Spiders, devils, but they mostly leave us alone. Spider would, you know, got a couple of us, but the devil seems content to just. It's weird. He almost is cleaning the place, and I swear I've seen him licking the walls.
Do you think he would clean me? And I look at the dirt on my gear.
He's like, we can ask him.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Let us see.
He's like, oh, so do you want to go to the devil, or do you want to go to your brother?
No. I want to
Brother.
talk to my brother and see how he is.
So he starts walking into the dark. Oh, you can move the lights up with you if you want.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it lights up the hallway, and you can see it's like this long sort of like hallway full of like, it's a 10-foot wide hallway, vaulted ceilings at least a dozen feet high, broken metal brackets hanging from the ceiling. You know, although what was in there, it's hard to see. Just pieces of rotten wood and twisted metal and all sorts of debris. And way up north, kind of behind the this door, you see a slight line of a green glow coming from underneath, like what looks to be a door frame. It's the only thing you can actually see. You can't see that far, but if you scroll north, you should see a shimmering green glow. Maybe not. I don't see it on
Nope.
your
Too far.
Too far.
interest.
I can bring my lights. Can you guys see down here? Is that okay?
Yeah. And then I lift up my shield that's lit up.
See, why is it not?
I pop my head out. If we're not back in 5 minutes, kill them and come follow us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take care.
Yeah, but there is like a green light glowing from the north, and they're leading you to the right. They're just going to this door that's right here, and they're like, "Oh, right here, this way," and they open the door and like wave you in.
So, okay, let us see. Get some lights.
Yeah, you want to drag some of your
Bring
lights.
down
to
the lights.
So you float some lights in there, and what you see is this long room smells of rust and grime. Stacks of splintered furniture, pieces of weapons and armor, frayed coils of rope, jagged shards of metal, and other bits of trash lie in heaps along the walls of this room. A cold, unlit forge sits in an alcove to the west, and to the north, several heavy timbers are wedged up against the door to keep it shut. And there's two of these guys, like almost like the ones you've seen, but a lot bigger. And they both seem to be sort of working at trying to repair like another like sort of like crossbow ballista sort of thing. And they've got one similar to the one that they had in the other room. And they're trying to fix it. This one looks more well put together. But as you step in and the lights flutter in, their eyes like kind of hurt and they hiss and they turn and they look at you. And these ones look very angry. And immediately this one like kind of backs away from you a little bit. And they both seem to like go for like the table, and they both pull up what looks to be a very haphazardly held together crossbow.
Push the little one in. Maybe you should explain what's going on.
I'll
Yeah.
put my hands up. Friends, please.
So the little one comes in.
The insightful one sent me.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, no big deal. They just want to get in there and see their brother. It's just his brother. And then these ones here are like very confused, and like they like look at him and they literally say, "Are you an idiot or something?" And they both like raise the crossbows like at you, how like they want to fire, and they're still, this group are still like unfriendly towards you. They say like, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way.
Well, you don't want the hard way, of course. I just want to have a conversation with my brother, just for a minute. Wish him farewell, good luck on the afterlife, etc. I understand. He told me he was supposed to be taken and like chopped up and put in front of the big statue, something like that. I just want to say, have a nice day. I mean, would you like something to eat, perhaps?
Why don't you make this this, make an impression check to try to calm them down.
While that's happening, can I take a few steps back and go to the other doorway?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, you just blew me up. That went off on top of me.
Yeah. So explosion time. That's awesome. So you immediately take them from unfriendly to friendly. So they lower their crossbows, and like no longer look so much on the defensive, but they're like, there's no way we're letting you in to see the prisoners.
Well, I don't want to see them. I just want to have a conversation. I mean, is there a little peephole I can say hello, or maybe he can put his ear against the door and I can talk really loud?
One of them calls you over, right? So, and like motions and you over to this door that's kind of like wedged on the north. Mm-hmm. And he like bangs on the door really loud. It's like a bunch of wood, and it's braced from the outside, so it can't be opened from the inside. But it's not like a heavy door by any means. And he knocks like on the wooden part with his crossbow that he has, and he just says like, "Your brother's here." And then he but he's saying it in undercommon. And then he's like, "Oh, which one is your brother?"
It's the tall one, not quite as handsome as me, of course.
Well, they're all ugly. Just go ahead, talk.
I'm gonna come around the corner at his house, and I'm gonna say in common quickly, "My friends, how are you all doing today?"
Yeah, the other Morlock kind of wanders back to his first group, unless you grab him and stop him, Mukta.
No, I'll let him
Okay.
go through. And yeah, so I'll turn the corner and in common, I'll say, "My friends, I'm glad we've come to an agreement. How are you today?"
They do not seem to respond.
And
My
I'll say-
apologies. I switched to undercommon. My apologies. Sometimes I forget to, which language I'm speaking in.
And then I'll hand the guy next to me a silver piece.
Okay, very nice.
Thank you, friend, for allowing me to at least say farewell. This is for you. I'm not sure if you're going to use it down here. Maybe you can buy something. Maybe if you come back upstairs or to the top side, we can have, a meal and a drink together. Well, like, I don't drink. I'm not old enough. But thank you nonetheless. And I'll give him and then I'll say in undercommon, brother, and I'll kind of bang on the wall and say, pardon me, he doesn't speak the finer languages in life. And I'll say in common, how many of you are in there?
Yeah, you hear like a sort of like very dry, hard to speak voice, and he just says like, "There's 3 of us. Are you here to rescue us?"
There, how many were there before that?
One, they captured us, but one of them, they took one of us, sacrificed him. Porvan. He's no longer with us.
They said you guys sacrificed Pervan. Is that right?
You're saying that to the little kobolds?
Yeah,
Can we
the
get
kobold.
finger bone?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, these are sacrifices for the ghost screen. We figure one every couple of weeks we'll keep her happy.
Yeah,
Seems
that's
smart.
Yeah, very good idea. I don't know why we didn't think of that. And I look at Mukta.
One moment, I'm going to poke my head out, and Hal's talking to his brother. Maybe you'd all like to see this.
Yeah. So I was gonna cut back to closing Nulara, but like this Mukta does pop back and let you know if you guys want to come up, you can. The 4 kobolds down here just go right back to work.
So did you speak to the, when you were here before, brother, did you speak to the dragon who is the leader of these people?
Yeah, no. What? You mean the Drake? No, the Drake's not their leader. We slipped in when it was out hunting. We kind of got sandwiched between the Drake and them, and it did not go so well for us.
No, not the Drake. He hit me with his tail when I fell in the muck. But the dragon, the dragon that leads these people.
What? These are Morlocks. There's no dragons.
Do I believe him?
I mean, what would it take to convince you? Does he need to make a persuasion check? If persuasion's not even really a thing, I guess it'd just be a society check. You don't believe him. He got a natural 1 on his persuading you thing.
Well, do you think we should have a conversation with this dragon? Maybe we can leave him some gold or some other gems or something, and parlay for your freedom.
Well, how many do you have with you?
I don't have any gems.
No. How many people?
Oh, I've got.
There's 3 of us in here. They took the equipment. It should be in that room out there. If you can get us our equipment, we can just fight our way out of here.
I'm not really sure that's possible. I mean, I don't want to fight a dragon, so. And I'll say in common, Mukta. They said their weapons are here somewhere. Maybe this door, maybe that door below. And I'll ask him. I'll ask the other kobold. Mr. Kobold, is the other people, my brother's companions, are they in this door or in this door over here?
Oh no, that's that door. They point to like the west, the east side here. It's like that door. That's where we keep all the prisoners' belongings.
Oh, okay. And I'll tell Mukta that. Well, since I don't know, we should go talk to the guy. And then look at back to the Morlock. So, how many of those will it take to let me, at least my brother, go free?
What is it you're offering him?
Silver pieces.
Silver pieces. He doesn't make a society check, I guess. I'm not sure.
Society?
I think so. Like, that's probably what would be like a good. I guess it's diplomacy. Sorry, not society. Diplomacy. Yeah.
Okay. Is that make an impression?
It's more like make a request.
Gotcha.
Ooh, very nice. So, he doesn't seem too interested in the coinage, but he asks. He's basically like, I don't have much use for the coinage, but like, do you have any like interesting gadgets or gizmos or devices I can use? And he like starts wringing his hand and kind of looking at your pack, like, let's make a deal. So he doesn't want like coinage and valuables. He wants something interesting that he can build or tinker with.
I'll look towards Mukta. I think we can buy our way out. He just wants something that we can use and to tinker with. You are into that crafting stuff. Perhaps you have something we found in here that we can parlay for my brother's freedom from these kobolds. We don't want to talk to the dragon, no?
I don't think so. No need to bother such a great leader such as that. As I poke my head around the corner, as I'm getting... I will look through my pack and take out the onyx. Oh no, that's worth 25 gold. Fuck. Nope, not the onyx. The black gemstone.
Think of the return. Maybe you get the black gemstone and Nulara brings her little doll. We put them together. They can tinker with that. I don't know if that is it.
I take out the black gemstone. I mean, this is worth at least 20 of your brothers.
They don't want things that are worth the money. They want things that they can mess around with, like when you fix that stuff or break,
So
fix the
here's the
shield.
interesting thing, right? You were rummaging around in your bag trying to pull that out, and like one of them like sees like inside your bag for a second as you're trying to pull out this really valuable gemstone, right? But he like stops and he goes, "What's that?" And he points at your bag, Mukta, and he's pointing at a piece of chalk.
This? Oh, no, my friend. I mean, I like your brother. But to give up this is much valuable. I mean,
He smirks as he like makes eye contact with his buddy over there, and he's like, No. We're definitely gonna need that to trade for your brother.
Since it's not your brother Mukta, here, please. And I'll pull out a piece of chalk, 4 pieces of chalk.
Oh, jeez.
2 for you and 2 for you. And you can, and I say, see, look, and you can put the schematics of your great plan here, and I'll try to draw like a working ballista on the corner. Piece fits this piece, goes to this piece, and goes to that piece. It looks like more like sheet music than it does a ballista, but and then I hand it to the guy.
Yeah. Their already big eyes go even wider as they're like fumbling over this chalk, this very mundane stuff, and they're very excited about this.
I pull out another 4 pieces of chalk and, well, I do like your brother's friends. Maybe, I mean, this for the as well? That'll double your amount. You have 4 there. You can get another 4 already.
They look at each other and they're like, well, we can't let all the prisoners go because then the boss will be mad. We only can trade for 1.
I guess then you don't get all 4 or 8. You get just this piece right here that is half written.
Think about how proud and how happy your boss would be once you are able to rebuild not only this fine ballista, but that other one that those other 4 lesser kobolds are trying to assemble. I mean, with these, you can work out how to assemble that, no problem.
In fact, you can draw the specifications on the wall there, and they can just look at it and build it together. You won't have to worry about it. It's like you're in charge here. Here, build it like this, and they can follow your direction. But you won't have to be sitting there telling them and hitting them on the head.
Yeah, here's what I'd like. I'd like for either Mukta to make one of you guys is going to make a diplomacy check, and one of you is going to make an aid on the diplomacy. So who's taking point?
I will
who's helping?
aid.
Your aids. So make a diplomacy check, Mukta, and make a diplomacy check, Hal, and you will get a bonus or a negative depending on what Mukta rolls. The DC for this is going to be 15.
What's diplomacy? Society?
Diplomacy
It's
should
diplomacy.
be the skill.
Oh,
Yeah.
diplomacy. Oof. My one thing I've got a 0 in.
Well, it's a good thing you're just aiding.
That's
Success.
Hey!
Nice.
So how you take a +1 to your diplomacy check to try to convince them.
Okay. Whoops. +1, add. And here we go. I will use a hero point.
You gonna use that last hero point? Okay.
Yes.
Hero points to avoid dying to a dragon. Who needs
Nice.
it? That's a
Yes.
critical success.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what it said.
So you guys convince them. They agree for 8 pieces of chalk. You can take all the prisoners.
Nice. I will
Perfect.
remove 4 pieces of chalk from my inventory.
Yep. And they begin to sort of like dismantle the like wood planks they have holding up the door. And you look in and you see standing in this like sort of dark cell-like room. There's like a terrible like sort of like stale stench that comes out of there. But 3 sort of like weak-looking human-like people staring back at you.
I'll point to the door here and tell Mukta and Kamen that's where their belongings are. Perhaps you can open that and they can get their stuff.
I'm just gonna walk towards that door without even talking to them and try to open it.
Yeah, it opens. You can go ahead and open it. So they see you do that, and then that kind of like concerns them because they're like, well, what are you doing? And so you open the room, and you can see like a giant. It's like a small like storage room. It's the air here is cool and moist, and there's a stone well in the middle of the room, and there's piles. There's like armors, weapons, and tools in like heaps all over this room. Like no, that's our storage.
We just need our friend's gear back. I mean, of course. This is, I mean, your loot. Well, this is the
Perhaps you
last
should-
of it. I mean, I don't know when I'll ever be able to amass such a fortune again, but I'll pull out another 6 pieces of chalk.
Compounding on your previous critical successes and stuff, they'll allow your brother and their friends to take their gear back if you'd like.
I will remove 6 pieces of chalk from my inventory.
Okay. And so if you go and look at the treasure chest in that room, you can see all the stuff. So there's basically 3 rapiers, one's broken, 3 suits of studded leather, 3 sets of thieves' tools, a healing potion, and 13 gold.
I see no treasure.
You might be in the dark. And if I move
He
in that
sees
corner,
no
can you see it?
gold.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying that because he pocketed it already.
I will pocket one of the thieves' tools.
Okay. They come out and like this one's like really like kind of like still unsure of the situation, and he's not really sure what's going on, but he like shakes your hand like pretty heavily, like Hal. It's like, I don't know how you did it.
I'll bring him in for a hug. Right.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
Brother, it is good to see you. You don't look very good. Perhaps you have been out of the sun too long. But you know I was always the handsome one. Anyways,
Are you
pick up
saying
your
this in
stuff.
common or undercommon? Common, right?
In common.
In common, yeah, okay. And
Yep.
he's like, I mean, not to put a rein on this parade, but do we have a way out?
Oh yeah, we can go out that door right there, and I'll point to this door.
I'm also taking the gold.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Healing potion.
That's a little cruel.
Yeah, like if you allow them to, they will go in and gear themselves with the leftover gear.
Then I'm taking the healing potion. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so they go
They've allowed
and-
you to take back your armor, weapons, and some tools, but unfortunately, we have to leave some of it here. But you can take your armor, your weapons, and 2 sets of your thieves' tools. that was the deal.
Wait, where'd my thieves' tools go? One of them asks. Goril Vetters is like, wait, where's my tools? My father gave me those.
These creatures must have taken it already to someplace else.
They're trying to put their ballista back together. They had some little tools, like putting it between the cracks in the wood. Perhaps they are using them in the other room. I'm not sure you want to go there. It's a terrible mess.
Look, we got you out of here. You could have ended up like poor Vaughn.
Right. At this point, like they're in that room, right? And they're getting geared with you, and like and then Hal's in the other room, like sweet talking them, and they're getting their armor and their weapons. One of their weapons is broken, so one of them just has they're like, don't worry, I'm covered. And they pull out, and you can see that they made themselves a little shiv while they were in the prison, so they've got like a little shiv they can use.
Please. I mean, if you want to see rapier, I have one here. I don't use it. I use this, and I gesture towards my loot. You want to hold this? Maybe it can be of service later. Just give it to me when we go back to the top. I'm not sure we want to go back to the muddy water. And I look at my disheveled self. Brother, you know how much I do not like to be dirty and smelly. And, well, here I am. And I'll go in for the hug on this kobold to my north. And bring him in. We really appreciate everything you did. My brother is in his debt for you. Should you make your way to the top, please have some dinner on me and some drinks. We'll treat you like a king, or like a king dragon, whatever it is.
Well, I mean, Hal, with the amount of wealth we just gave them, I'm sure there'll be kings in their own right soon enough.
That is true. But I mean, kings go on vacation, and maybe we can, serve them a kingly meal on the beach near this big city.
So you're having this conversation and all this is going on, and there's a lot of chaos and noise as they're getting dressed. And I think the last shot of the night we kind of get is like Mukta's in there, and like one of these like rogues is looking at Mukta a little weird, and they're kind of like looking out the door to make sure that like Hal and stuff are out of earshot, and they kind of like lean in, and they look at you, Mukta, and they're like, I remember you. We pulled that heist job a few months ago together, didn't we?
And I just put one finger up to my lips.
And then she puts one eyebrow up and kind of like gives like a little smirk and gives like a knowing sort of nod and puts like her finger to her lips in an understanding.
I'll give her a wink, and that's it.
What?
And that's when we cut to the end of the session.
Who is Mukta?
Right.
Okay, first things first, before I forget, even though you didn't beat him in combat, you beat him socially, so you're going to get some experience for all this stuff. So for these two in here, these two guys that you just sweet-talked and got the gear without having to do a single blow, you guys earn 120 experience points for that.
Whoa!
560?
560, yep.
Okay,
Yep.
and then we're going to go back to the 4 that you sweet-talked in the other room. and you're gonna get 120 experience for that.
680.
Oh, you're so close.
And then 10
120
experience, 10 experience points for the secret door that Clovis found.
Yep. We got to go back to that.
Maybe we.
That might be a
go
way
from-
out.
Yep.
Or
And
lost
I
treasure.
think that
We did survive the
covers it.
Drake fight.
Yeah. What if
Okay.
I give you partial experience? You didn't defeat the Drake, but you did survive. So I'll give you partial experience for that. So let's see. Kind of funny.
Those are some
Drakes?
clutch rolls.
I'll give you half the experience you would have got for defeating the Drake, so take 30 more experience.
All right.
Honestly,
720.
I'm looking at that. I think if you guys had stayed and fight, you had a chance. It was just
Yeah.
the thing did a lot of damage, but that's the
We
that's the
created our
danger,
main
right?
tank.
Yeah, that's the danger,
Yeah.
right? You heal up and go back. But here's the thing: it can't treat wounds itself, right? So it is back in its cave, not necessarily fully healed.
And
up.
we got 3 more people.
Yep.
Mhm.
That is true. How
Okay.
combat ready they are. They look malnourished and probably not super into fighting, but they are capable of defending themselves. Absolutely.
We have 3 distractions.
You're also looking at them. It's a good
Free
payday, right?
sacrifice.
50 gold for returning them, plus 5 per head. That's an extra 15 gold if you get them out alive.
Yep.
Okay. So I think that covers it. So yeah, good rolls on that. Though that's where like being a silver tongue comes in handy, Hal. Like they're not immediately aggressive. They have no reason. They're just like indifferent, maybe slightly hostile, but they're not like gonna go out of their way to attack you, right? Because you didn't really do anything to them. So it was a chance for you to socially manipulate the situation. And luckily you
Appreciate it,
speak
Steve.
you
Appreciate
speak
it.
their language, right?
Yeah, the only other language besides common,
Yeah.
undercommon.
So
Hey, what does
There's
the
a-
dragon speak, Steve? Because I think I do speak that language.
Draconic.
speaks Draconic.
Yep. Yeah, I could have understood him.
Oh, you do speak Draconic?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. So what he said when he was like speaking Draconic earlier, he just said, "Where are you, prey?" as he was like sniffing around for you guys.
Okay.
And then he went down the wrong staircase that you left open until you threw the body out, and it was a good overall like situation. Good thinking, guys.
I mean,
You guys survived
it wasn't a TPK, so that's a win.
Yeah,
Right.
No,
definitely.
we just ran like we were running.
Because it was doing good, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's gonna attack. Oh, it gets a crit. Sorry, Nulara. I thought you were gonna go down on the first hit. The fact that you took it was boss.
Yeah. That changed the whole game though, right
Gotta-
there. That's when it was like, okay,
Definitely
got
got to buy you one of those shields.
Plus,
Definitely gotta buy you one of those shields.
plus me, like if I am so glad that I
Yeah, that-
completely
that
dodged that.
Oh, yeah.
that acid.
Right, because it's a reflex save. It's a basic reflex save. So if you crit succeed, you can avoid all damage. And you literally taunted the dragon and then dodged its breath. That's pretty
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah, good thing you
Yeah, that
dodged
was.
because he hit you right after, right?
When we were up in the stairs.
Yeah, you should have got a hero point for that one.
That's probably true. Yeah, you probably should have.
Let's take it for next.
Next time, call it out. So
How to both of them?
how much experience until you guys level?
80.
80. We're really close. Probably next session, and then if you guys can get to the surface, you can get a little bit more experience on your belt. You'll probably level up. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's kill this dragon.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to do it for us this week on the Abomination Vaults. Thank you to Nina, Richard, Mike, and Rick for playing with me. It's been a blast as always. Thank you to our viewers. Those of you who are live with us, like Audi Inquisition and Walt Heisenberg. We
T for
appreciate you guys.
goblins. Thank you.
Yep. Is that he's hanging out on your channel, Rick? That's cool.
Yep.
So don't forget to subscribe and follow both on DM Steve's channel and on Hollowed. Is it Hollowed RPG now?
Yep. Since
So
we're
go
not
to-
just doing D&D, we're doing Pathfinder, so it's Hallowed
Exactly.
RPG.
If you're following this channel, go follow Hollowed RPG on Twitch and YouTube as well. I think it's just Hollowed there.
Hollowed,
Still
the Hollowed Hunt.
The Hollowed Hunt on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, let's get Rick's numbers up too, guys. He gives the player point of view and I give the DM point of view. Remember, comment on the NPC suggestion thread if you're watching this on YouTube down below. Get your ideas for the NPC you want to be made. Help us reach our 100 follower goal on Twitch up here so I can run the one-shot in this campaign world and have you guys influence this story. And that'll be run for our fans. Check out my DM prep video series. The next episode airs this Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. And it'll premiere on YouTube the next day at 5 Pacific. And I will tune in and watch live with the audience. For this game specifically, we'll be back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock Pacific time as our group continues to see what these kobolds and their dragon leader has in store for them and what's around the corner in the Abomination vaults. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Goodbye, everyone.
Good night.
Yay.
Bye.
Yep. Bye, guys. Take it easy.